And welcome to Millersville for another edition of Archbishop Spalding football, where tonight at Whittles Field, the Cavaliers welcome in Pennsylvania State Power Imhotep Charter from Philadelphia here this evening. Just a spectacular night for football here tonight as Imhotep Charter makes the trip down from Philadelphia. No strangers to traveling. Last week they were in Chambersburg for the Peach Bowl Classic and got a very good win over another Pennsylvania Power in Bishop McDevitt last week as the Panthers won by a count of 19-14. So they come further south this week here to take on Archbishop Spalding, who bounced back last week. The Cavaliers in their opener fell to Don Bosco and gave up 48 points in the process last week. They were anything but giving on defense as a late drive by Broadneck down near the goal line in the first half turned the game around. As Spalding made the stop, and then one play later on offense, a Malik Washington touchdown pass, 95 yards to Max Moss, completely turned the game around. So instead of maybe being down 16-10, the Bruins found themselves down 22-3 at that point, and the Cavaliers were able to salt things away and eventually win by a count of 38-3. Last year for Imhotep, of course, no strangers to getting very far in the 5A state playoffs. Just a dramatic overtime state championship game against Penn Trafford that Penn Trafford won in overtime last year. But this Imhotep Charter team ready to hit the ground running again, and literally ready to do that because they've got one of the more outstanding players in the country. As we'll take a look at our keys to the game coming up here. And with our keys to the game tonight, first, for Archbishop Spalding, this is a maturity game. You won last week. You won handily against Broadneck. But the level of competition really ratchets up tonight here with this Pennsylvania powerhouse coming into Whittles Field tonight. And also get started fast. This team, traveled down here. It's obviously 2.5 to almost 3 hours on a Friday getting down here. Start fast. See if you can get Imhotep a little bit, off balance early here before they get their legs under them after traveling here to take on Spalding. Meanwhile, on the other side for Imhotep, it's that travel hangover. How do you handle traveling, getting off the bus, coming here, getting ready to play? And clearly the guy that they've got to establish is the outstanding Georgia recruit, Jabri Wallace-Coleman. The sophomore, 6'1", 185-pounder, 82-yard touchdown run in the 1914 win over Bishop McDevitt, at the Peach Bowl Showcase. And as he goes, he gets the motor running for Imhotep Charter on the ground. And coaches will tell you, both offensively, look, if we can control the ground game, control the clock, keep possession of the ball, keep the ball away from our opponents, it's obviously going to give us a great chance to win. Yet defensive coordinators tell you all the time, the one thing that they have to do is stop the run. And we'll see if Spalding can do that, knowing that Wallace-Coleman is going to get a steady diet. He had that 82-yard touchdown run, went for 23 for 136 in the game overall against Bishop McDevitt, as they were able to win that game by a count of 19-14. And Imhotep's defense was fantastic in that game as well. It was a fumble recovery that led to a score for one of the Bishop McDevitt touchdowns. So Imhotep's defense going to be very stout here tonight. Let's see if Malik Washington and that Spalding offense can get the job done and be as potent as they were last week. Washington, the quarterback, 16 of 22 for 126 yards and a touchdown last week in the win over Broadneck for Archbishop Spalding. And Kyle Schmidt talked about Malik Washington after that game last week and how impressive he is for this team. And the thing about Malik Washington is, like Wallace-Coleman for Imhotep, these are just sophomores. These are guys that are leading and handling the spotlight right now already as sophomores in their career. And Kyle Schmidt talked about how special a player that Malik Washington is and how well he leads this team and how everyone rallies around him here on the football field for Archbishop Spalding. That offense for Spalding is going to have to make some plays here tonight, and Malik Washington certainly going to be at the forefront of that tonight for the Cavaliers in this contest. They come in with a mark of 1-1 overall, and Imhotep winning their only game so far in that game against Bishop McDevitt. That game was between two Pennsylvania State Power runner-ups. So the great thing about both of these programs, and when you can schedule the way that they do, they don't duck anybody. And that's the beauty of what Spalding has been able to build here under Kyle Schmidt. They've been able to build their way through the alphabet soup of the MIAA to the top level. And Imhotep is evidenced by the fact that, willing to go to Chambersburg to play a team like Bishop McDevitt, obviously willing to come down here and play a team like Archbishop Spalding. These are the kind of games that attracts players to these schools and that obviously gives them a chance to be in the spotlight and make names for themselves, because if you do it against this type of competition, that's what's going to make, the colleges come around and look at you. As we mentioned, Jabri Wallace-Coleman, a Georgia recruit, and you have to believe a guy like, Malik Washington, is just a sophomore, and you watch him as his body continues to fill out at the quarterback position. He's going to be a guy that's going to have plenty of conversations with collegiate coaches coming up down the line here as well for this Archbishop Spalding football team. Last week, R.J. Newton came up with a 9-yard touchdown run for them. Gavin Scruggs had a couple of touchdowns, and the defense was fantastic with B.J. Pokness and T.J. Moultrie with interceptions in that game against a Broadneck team that is normally a 4A power in the state of Maryland amongst the public schools. Of course, last year they had the great Josh Ehrlich playing quarterback for them. Last week, again, that play where they're going in with a chance to potentially make it 16-10, and they weren't able to do it. And the Spalding defense coming up with that large play as you see the Cavaliers enter the stadium here at Whittles Field, ready for tonight's contest with a very Wisconsin-like look as they come out tonight with those red jerseys, the white pants, and the white helmets here this evening here in Millersville. But, again, this competition turns up a little bit here tonight. Imhotep Charter likely will have a little bit more to offer than Broadneck did a week ago. Can't wait for this one. Should be a good one. Glad to have you with us here tonight as we bring you Archbishop Spalding football here on our various platforms here this evening. Coin toss will be coming up here in the center of the field in just a couple of moments here. We'll have the national anthem, and then we'll be set for kickoff here from Millersville at Whittles Field here this evening.
For tonight's game, number
obviously, Malik Washington, number 4 for the Cavaliers. He will head out for the coin toss with P.J. Pokness. August Stout. And number 8, Max Moss, the 4 captains for the Cavaliers this evening. P.J. Pokness' dad, Jason, of course. Great football player himself. Longtime coach in the Crofton youth football program. Rick Geckler and those guys doing a great job for years. Now Rick, of course, helping former Spalding assistant Demetrius Ballard over at Severn. Those guys have been very instrumental in a lot of youth football careers that have turned into high school football careers and college careers through the years. Tremendous win for Severn last week as they beat the Maryland School for the Deaf 35-32 as Coach Ballard picked up his first career win. Ramir Stewart out there with Kenny Wosley Jr., Samaj Bridgman. And Shakur Lewis is the 4th captain for Imhotep, as we can finally see his number clearly. Actually, it's going to be 52, not 62. That's David Johnson, the junior defensive tackle, 6 foot and 260. See the head referee in the white hat talking to the players, showing them the coin. Imhotep, of course, the visiting team. They'll get to call the coin here this evening. A lot of times, depending on the officiating crew, sometimes we have a union meeting that takes 6 minutes. Sometimes we have a referee that'll just throw the coin up, say, gentlemen, good luck, and let's play. Spalding has won the toss, and they will defer. So the Cavaliers win the toss. They'll defer their choice to the second half. So Imhotep will get the football first here this evening under the lights at Whittles Field. We get second football action coming up here this evening.
Imhotep Charter has chosen to receive to start the first half.
So the Panthers and Cavaliers getting set. We'll have the national anthem coming up. Then we'll have the opening kickoff of tonight's game here at Archbishop Spalding. Tremendous athletic program here at Millersville. Again, as we mentioned, through the years, done a great job. At one point, C conference team a long time ago, then B, and then now A, where they dominate in a lot of sports. Of course, most recently, the great Cam Whitmore out of the Spalding basketball program will be heading to Villanova to ply his trade this coming season in college basketball. One of the great high school players in the country. Time now for our
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this beautiful night and the opportunity to celebrate your awesome power and will through sport and fellowship. We gather as family, friends, and competition to compete and bring out the best in each other. We also take this moment to remember all the heroes and heroines of September 11, 2001, the firefighters, emergency responders, public servants, who demonstrated courage and sacrifice for friends and strangers. We ask for ongoing healing of all those who suffer from personal losses that have left irreparable damage. We remember the voices that counseled peace, and we give thanks for the selfless courage of brave souls who continue to protect us daily, especially those within our personal families and the Spalding and Imhotep families. Their courage provides us safety and freedom. We pause now as we have a moment of silence to reflect and remember. Loving God, forever guide our hearts and minds into the way of peace. Amen. At this time, please stay standing as Spalding Senior Isabella Van Bergen sings the national anthem.
Nicely done by Isabella Van Buren with our national anthem here this evening. Part of the Spalding dance squad here. You'll hear the band throughout. Great band representation in the center of the stands here at Spalding as well. It's what makes up what is so awesome about Friday nights around this great country. Every Friday night somewhere. Ever participated in it, as I did as a high school football player down at Southern High School here in Anne Arundel County. It's just nothing like it. Cavaliers will kick off to start. Panthers will get the first possession after Spalding won the toss and deferred their choice to the second half.
30, Patrick Claiborne, and kickoff for the Cavaliers.
Baji Reese back deep for Imhotep. He's wearing number 13. He's the deep return man on the far side. 3 men in the middle of the field, about 10 yards ahead of him.
Number 13, Baji Reese, back to return for Imhotep Charter.
Patrick Claiborne ready to kick off for Archbishop Spalding. This is why you lift all those weights. It's why you do all that work in the offseason for games like this. Is Spalding and Imhotep Charter ready to go here tonight from Millersville. Baji Reese on the near, and on the far side, Saeed Bowie. He's fixing the knee pad. Referee telling him knee pads, the National High School Federation rules, those knee pads have to be down over the knees. You can't wear them up like you see some of the college and pro guys do. So Claiborne from the far hash on the approach, and we are underway here in Millersville. And that ball will sail through the red painted end zone for a touchback. So Claiborne drilling that ball. And when you've got talented return people like Imhotep has, the best way to keep them from doing something big against you is to punch it through that end zone just like that. Of course, Jabri Wallace-Coleman, number 1. He's flanked out here in the slot for Imhotep. Quarterback Davis, the junior, 6 foot, 200-pounder. Stepping up toward the line of scrimmage now to talk to his interior lineman. Side judge on the far, or head linesman on the far side near the chains, coming in to move the ball to the near side hash mark here finally, and we're set to go. The center is Anthony Richardson, number 55. They'll put Wallace-Coleman in motion. They'll give it to him, running to his right. Coleman cuts back inside the numbers. Drop down at the 25-yard line. Gain of 5 on first down. Ship on the stop for Archbishop Spalding. Second down and 5, just underway here in Millersville. Screen out here to the near side. Good cut back to the inside. First down and more. 35-40 up to the 42-yard line. And we're going to have a flag all the way back here at the 27-yard line. Corey Wright Downing, the senior, with a first down pending, depending on the call here from the official here on the near side. This was thrown after the play started, so this is going to be on one of the lead blockers holding on Imhotep. So it'll be 10 yards from the spot of the foul, which is the 27-yard line. So it'll move Imhotep back to the 17-yard line. So a first down negated here for the Panthers. And Davis from the shotgun. Wallace-Coleman to his right. It'll be a second down and 13. The fake, Davis keeps it running to the right. Trying to get outside the numbers, and he's wrapped up there at the 15-yard line. Jashir Whittington coming up to make the stop, 25.
Tackled by number 25, Elijah Jones.
They get Elijah Jones on the stop, 25. So it'll bring up third down, 14 yards to go now for Imhotep Charter. Play action fake. Davis back to throw. Has pressure, looks to step in the pocket and has some room. Sidesteps Pokeness, but Pokeness able to get him around the ankles. He breaks the tackle. Couple of big hits up around the 27-yard line. Tyler Brown coming up to make the stop. And it'll make it a fourth down and 3 coming up here for Imhotep Charter. Davis took a shot at the end of the play as he is walking backwards, hands on hips right now. Headed back in punt formation here for Imhotep Charter.
Number 3, Tyler Brown.
You see his hands on his knees right there at the far right-hand side of your screen.
Michael Davis Jr. to punt.
Right now, conversation, the head referee yelling to the sideline here on the near side about something to the field judge. Might have been a penalty. Because it looked like he was waving to see if it was fourth down, declining the penalty for fourth down. We didn't see a flag on the field. Question is, yeah, so the penalties decline. It'll be fourth down and 3 here for Imhotep. Clock stopped for the moment at 10:32 here of this first quarter. So Davis ready to punt, and that break probably helped him catch his breath a little bit because he got hit pretty good. Brown back, standing at his 35 for the Cavaliers. Davis takes the snap, and the kick is underway. High in the air, very short, takes a Imhotep bounce across the 45 down to the 43-yard line, and that's where Spalding will take over here. Ends up a 30-yard punt. And here comes the Spalding offense, led by Malik Washington. Sophomore quarterback here for the Cavaliers. Twin receivers to the near, twin to the far. Last week, a lot of up-tempo, no huddle in the win over Broadneck. We'll see if that continues here tonight. Puts Moss in motion. Now he'll stop trip receivers to the left side. It'll be a handoff up the middle across the 45, up to the 47-yard line. Hakeem Sims on the carry. It'll be a gain of 4. It'll bring up second down at 6.
Handoff to number 6, Hakeem Sims, for a gain of 4.
From the far hash, Washington takes the snap. Looking, slant route, got his man. Brown at the 35, breaks a tackle 30, 25, and spun down inside the 20-yard line. Stop made on the play by Ramir Stewart for Imhotep Charter. But Malik Washington to Tyler Brown. Down to the 19-yard line. And the give is to Sims off the left side. He gained maybe a yard to the 18. It'll bring up second down and 9 yards to go. Good penetration by David Johnson, the junior defensive lineman. Washington throws, corner of the end zone, and the pass is incomplete. Pass intended for Max Moss. Coverage provided by Amir Valentine, strong safety for Imhotep. It'll bring up second down. Should bring up third down now. Down marker is not there. It goes now. Third down and 9 coming up here for Spalding. Washington out of the gun. Takes the snap on third down. Looks to his right. Throws the out route here. That ball got tipped. Looked like Messier Mayo got a hand on it. Senior 6'1", 240-pound defensive end. And it'll bring up a fourth down. 9 yards to go. Spalding just short of the Imhotep 18-yard line. And Malik Washington and the offense will stay on the field. They'll send trip receivers to the left. Single receiver Brown to the right. Single coverage here on the near side, working against Corey Wright Downing. Sims, the running back, to his right. Washington back to throw. Looks right, slant route, and the ball is incomplete. Great coverage by Wright Downing on the play, and he knocks it down on fourth down to stop the Spalding drive for Imhotep Charter.
Covered by number 21, Corey Wright Downing.
Textbook coverage by Corey Wright Downing there. Fantastic. Took the inside shoulder away. Never allowed that route to develop there. And it'll be a first down at 10 for Imhotep at its own 19-yard line. Davis, who took that shot at the end of the last drive, Comes back out, puts the mouthpiece in, ready to take the shotgun snap. Jabri Wallace-Coleman to his right. Davis pump fakes, now rolling to his right. Going to lob it down the middle, and the pass is broken up. Good coverage on the play by Elijah Jones for Spalding. Yet another one of these talented sophomores in the Spalding roster. Trying to hit Isaiah Prater there, the sophomore, for Imhotep Charter. Pass incomplete, second down, and 10 yards to go. We've got 9:02 to go here in this first quarter. Two receivers to the left here for Davis. Wallace-Coleman now will back up and stand to the left of Davis. Two receivers to the right. On second down, Davis looks out here to the near side. Had a good catch here on the out route. Going up to make the grab on that high throw was Baji Reese. Good job by the 5'7" junior. Tagging on the play by Trent Gillis. Ball up to the 27-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 2 now for Imhotep.
3rd and short. Time to make some noise, Cavalier fans.
From the near hash, Davis gives Wallace-Coleman running up the middle, and maybe the body lead. No, the spot right here. It depends on which official gets the ball. The near side guy, I think, is going to have him a smidge short. I think they're going to look at it. We'll see if they measure here. It's close. And they will bring the chains on to take a look here as Wallace-Coleman tried to run on that left side.
We will have a measurement.
And it'll be very, very close here. As we said, Jabri Wallace-Coleman, an 82-yard run in the win over Bishop McDevitt, 23 carries, 136 yards overall. And when the University of Georgia is interested in bringing you to their program, you know the young man, 6'1", 185-pound sophomore, ready to be a game breaker at any moment. Of course, they put the chain, they have a clip on the chain on the nearest solid yard line, the 25. The referee picks that up and they bring it across the field. The drive started at the 19. Based on the spot of the ball, this is probably just a little bit short. Very, very close. I think he might have it by the tip of the football, and he does.
1st down, Panthers.
That ball looks like it's short of the 29, but it's very close. The previous spot was the 19-yard line. And by literally the tip of the football, Wallace-Coleman gets the 2 yards and a 1st down. First of the game here for the Panthers. Wallace-Coleman to the left of Davis here. Short side of the field, single receiver here on the left side. 3 receivers to the right as they wait to get the chains set on the far side. Now the clock starts to move with 8:05 to go here in this first quarter. No score between Imhotep, and we're going to have a false start here on the Panthers. Right side of the offensive line move before the ball was snapped. So it'll bring up 1st down and 15. You can see Damian Wilburn, defensive lineman for Spalding, turning around and talking to his linebackers here. 3-man front here for the Cavaliers. And a 3-4 setup. And more like a 3-3-5. Davis gives. Wallace-Coleman plants the foot. Darts back to the right. Gets it across the 25. Up near the 28-yard line. Be a gain of 4.
Tackle by number 2, Trent Gillis.
Bring up 2nd down and 11.
2nd and 9.
Yeah, we'll call it 2nd and 10. We'll give him a gain of 5 on the play. Davis takes the shotgun snap. Back to throw. Pressure coming. And he is just going to throw it way out of bounds. And that's going to be intentional grounding. He was in the pocket. Now, there's a receiver over there in the area. The question is, do they determine whether he just had no intent to throw it? But 13, Baji Reese was in the area. And they are going to call intentional grounding, and that's a loss of down.
Intentional grounding against the Panthers.
That's also a loss of down on the play, so that's going to send Imhotep all the way back to the 14-yard line. And with they get the chain set and they get the down marker right, it's going to be 3rd and long now for the Panthers. Already had a couple of penalties now on this drive. Wallace Coleman in motion behind the formation. Davis takes the snap. Looking that way. Pressure again coming. Middle screen set up. Man wide open coming across the middle. Right down. Oh, makes a man slip. Cuts back to the 25-yard line. But it'll be well short of the first down. He'll get a gain of 12 to the 26, the official spot. But well short of the first down. And it'll be another punting situation for Davis, who doubles as the punter as well. Tyler Brown going back for Spalding, which got down to the Imhotep 19 before their drive stalled last time on downs. Brown stands at his 43. Davis had a 30-yard punt his first time. Cavaliers got great pressure on the first punt. Nearly blocked it. Davis takes the snap, gets it away, and this ball goes straight up in the air. If you're a Spalding guy, you got to get out of the way. That ball bounces sideways, exit stage right, and it'll roll dead at the Imhotep 37-yard line. So an 11-yard punt. And that sets up Spalding in prime field position here with 6:07 to go in this first quarter. Two receivers to the right, two to the left here for Malik Washington. Sims, the running back, single setback to his left. From the 37-yard line, Washington opens right, looks right, has his man. Tyler Brown makes the catch on his knees at the 32-yard line. That'll be a gain of 5. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5. Spalding again going up tempo. Washington from the shotgun, same formation, takes the snap. Looking to his right again. Looking, he's got a man, Moss on the slant. He's at the 5. Moss into the end zone. Touchdown, Cavaliers. But a flag down back here in the backfield. It's going to be holding against the Cavaliers. So the holding penalty will negate the touchdown pass that would have been good from 32 yards from Washington to Moss. But a hold against the Cavs will bring it back. So Imhotep Charter hurting itself with 3 penalties early, and Spalding hurts itself here with a gigantic call that backs the ball all the way up to the 49-yard line. Spalding needs the 27 for a first down. 2nd down at 22. Washington from the near hash, looking right again. Looking long, down the sideline, he's looking for Moss, and the pass is going to be overthrown. Fans want a penalty, but that ball was well overthrown before any of the contact between Wosley and the receiver Moss. That's a good no call by the official. So to bring up 3rd down at 22 now for the Cavaliers. You see all the time, though, when you get a penalty, significant penalty, like both teams had. Imhotep had a grounding call, Spalding with a holding call to negate a touchdown. It just gets you so off schedule now. 3rd and 22 from the near hash. Sims, the running back to the right. Washington looking, had his man Moss, threw the ball well, but Moss had just come out of the break and couldn't find it. Would have been well short of the first down, and it'll be a punting situation for the Cavaliers. 5:31, clock stops on the incomplete pass here at Whittles Field. You can see that shotgun that Malik Washington has on an arm, though. The sophomore certainly has the goods. Corey Wright Downing and Ramir Stewart back deep for Imhotep. Welch to punt for the Cavaliers. High snap, no pressure. Gets the kick away. And it's going to bounce and take a sideways bounce. Flag down at the 20-yard line on the return. We'll see what happens here. This is activity away from the ball. Ball spotted at the 21-yard line, pending the penalty. So the flags have been plentiful here so far in this first quarter.
I'd like to give a special Spalding welcome to Jeff Pearson and family.
It's going to be an illegal block in the back against Imhotep. So that'll be 10 yards from the spot of the foul at the 21-yard line. Needless to say, the Panthers haven't exactly had stellar field position here to start drives in this game. They'll start another drive from the 20 or inside of it now with this penalty backing them up. It's about to be the 10-yard line. Flag was thrown on the 20, so it's 10 from the spot of the foul. First and 10 at the 10-yard line. Davis takes the snap, gives it to Wallace Coleman, and in the backfield, ready to greet him, Damian Wilburn.
Run by number 1, Jabri Wallace Coleman. Taken down
Coleman, a loss of 2.
Tackle by number 1, P.J. Pokness.
Second down and 12. Ball now at the 8. P.J. Pokness, the linebacker, in on the stop as well. It was Wilburn's penetration, though, immediately. Pretty much, he was there almost at the handoff. Going to bring up second down and 12. Now from the 8 for Davis, the quarterback. The lefty takes the snap, looking right, still looking right. Pump fakes. Now he's pressured in the end zone. Throws it away down in the end zone. They blow the whistle dead. Surprised that's not grounding. He threw the ball well behind the line of scrimmage and just threw it away. Morocco on the pressure. And it'll bring up third down and 12. Davis back to throw from his 1-yard line. Steps up in the pocket. Pressure's coming from behind, and he tries to throw it away. They're going to rule that has to be down. Yeah, the head linesman is ruling it down. Or is he going to rule it a fumble? Or are they going to rule him down? They're ruling him down on the sack back at the 1-yard line. Just waiting to see what the official was going to rule there. So it ends up being a sack on the play for Morocco. 7 more yards lost for the Imhotep offense. And now Davis literally standing on the back line of his end zone. Davis takes the snap. Gets the kick away. Brown from the 32 up to the 25. Trying to get outside the numbers 20. Inside the 20 and spun down there on special teams. So here Mathis made the stop for Imhotep. But again, Spalding with big-time field position now at the Imhotep 16, we'll call it the 17-yard line. .31-yard punt. And Brown with a 16-yard return. Spalding taking over now, first and 10 with 3:38 to go at the 17-yard line. Washington takes the snap to give Sims right side, trying to get outside. Pulled down at the 15-yard line. They might give him over to the 14. Stopped on the play by Amir Valentine. Strong safety, senior, 5'10", 190. It'll be a gain of 3. It'll bring up second down at 7. From the Imhotep 14-yard line. Clock moving, 3:15 to go here in the first quarter, no score. Washington claps the hands, takes the snap, lobs to the end zone. Moss was out of bounds. Ball broken up anyway. Now the question is, I think the penalty might be Moss went out of bounds, and he was the first player to touch it coming back inbounds, or is it interference for pushing him out? It's going to be holding, defensive holding against Imhotep.
Against the Panthers.
Had a couple of different options on that play, but the coverage man, Kenny Wosley, rode him out of bounds. I mean, just literally grabbed him and rode him out of bounds, and that's a hold. So the hold will end up making it a first down. Actually, in Federation rules, it's not an automatic first down. So they get the yardage, though, up to the 7-yard line. Make it the 8. It'll be second down and 1. Handoff, Sims, up the middle, inside the 5, driving the legs down to the 3. It's one of those rules in high school Federation, defensive holding is not an automatic first down, where in college and pro football, defensive holding is.
First and goal, Cavaliers.
So Sims, Washington, under center, I formation. Give, left side, out near the goal line, stretching it across. No signal from the officials yet. They're going to say short.
Carried by number 18, Jamison Kaufman, gain of 4.
Jamison Kaufman getting it down to the 1. Malik Washington on the quarterback sneak, gets some push from behind. No signal from the officials yet again. Washington got hit and turned sideways immediately. I think he's going to be short, and he is. No gain for Washington.
No gain on the play. Stopped by number 77, Andre Cooper.
So third down and goal coming up from the 1. Malik Washington again normally takes the snaps from the shotgun. Under center here. The sophomore quarterback turns. Kaufman bounces off of a man. Great hit in the backfield for Imhotep. David Johnson meeting Kaufman in the backfield to stop him again. No gain. Third, make it fourth down and goal now for the Cavaliers. Kaufman, the big back in the eye back. The blocking back, Gavin Scruggs, in front of him. Malik Washington under center on fourth down and goal. Washington will try it himself. They'll push from behind. And Malik Washington is in for the touchdown. So on fourth and goal, Malik Washington, the 1-yard run, puts Spalding on top with 1:29 to go on the 1-yard run. Patrick Claiborne on for the extra point. Bonacisi with the hold. The kick is on the way, and the kick is good. 1:29 to go here in the first. 7-0 Spalding. And again, when you take over at the other team's 17-yard line, you've got to put that into the end zone, and the Cavaliers take care of business. Their defense did a great job setting up the field position for them, and Malik Washington able to punch it in to make it a 7-0 Spalding lead here with 1:29 to go in this first quarter. There you see Malik Washington. Tried a quarterback sneak on a couple of plays previous to that, but good penetration by Imhotep, turned him sideways, and he had no momentum and no leg drive. Jamison Kaufman was stopped twice. David Johnson with a tremendous play in the backfield. But Spalding able to get that pad level on that fourth down play that allowed Malik Washington to get some drive. He got some push from behind. Gavin Scruggs came right up his back to help push him into the end zone. And the Cavaliers take advantage of the field position and the defensive holding call against Imhotep to score there on the 17-yard drive. Claiborne ready to kick. His last one went through the end zone. This one high into the air. It'll be Reese. He was in the end zone, so it's an automatic touchback.
Claiborne's kick goes into the end zone for another touchback.
So another good kick by Patrick Claiborne. And Imhotep, again, which had tough field position in this first quarter. They just have not had a lot of opportunity here.
Cavalier fans.
So far, 3 Wallace Coleman.
Win over McDonough, 28-19 this week.
4 carries for 10 yards. But in his defense, a lot of long yardage situations, so Davis and the Imhotep offense have not been able to use their prized weapon. Who sets up to the left of Davis here, the quarterback. He'll put right Downing in motion. And the give, Wallace Coleman off the right side. Hit at the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Super job. Again, Elijah Jones shooting up there to make the snap. On with Damian Wilburn. Ball's right on the 20, so no gain. Second down and 10. Davis play action. Loading it up. Going down the middle of the field. And he's juggling catch. Made it the 40-yard line. Great job on the long play there by Kion Rigsby. Or is it 10? It's 10 or 18. Can't see with the block number. It is going to be 10. Asir Moore. That was a tremendous catch. And a gain of 40 on the play. Under a minute to go here in the first. Right Downing on the jet sweep. And he is knocked down again behind the line of scrimmage.
Carried by number 21, Corey Wright Downing. Loss of 1 on the play. Tackled by number 68, Braden Morocco.
Braden Morocco on the stop. Read his key, saw Wright Downing coming in motion. Second down and 11 here for Imhotep. Wallace Coleman plants the foot. In fact, the handoff actually to Ramir Stewart. Number 8 into the ball game. He'll get it across the 40 down to the 37. It'll be a gain of 4.
Wallace Coleman taken down after a gain of 2. Tackled by number 1, TJ Popeness. And number 5,
and that'll do it for the first quarter. End of 1 here at Whittles Field in Millersville. Spalding 7, Imhotep Charter nothing. We'll be back with second quarter action in a moment.
Hallmarks of a Spalding athlete. Are they able to compete at the highest level possible? Spalding is positioned very uniquely because they are in one of the best leagues in the state. When they're competing at a high level, that's big time.
It was always known as a great academic school, but we wanted to build a full-rounded school for student athletes. And we knew that they could get to where they're at today.
Since I've graduated from high school, I've watched the campus grow astronomically. Spalding, it laid a foundation for my understanding of teamwork, friendship, and things that were so much bigger than what happened on the basketball court.
They're challenging themselves academically and spiritually, and it transitions directly onto the field where that consistency molds and shapes everybody that's involved.
The future of Spalding athletically is strong and vibrant, and I'm excited for our Cavs.
First quarter in the books here in Millersville at Whittles Field. Story of the first quarter for Imhotep Charter, bad field position. Davis just getting his team out of a bad spot with a big 40-yard completion on the play to Asir Moore. Ramir Stewart with a 4-yard gain down to the 37. It's a third down and 7 coming up now for Imhotep as we start this second quarter. Davis, quick slant through the hands of his intended receiver, Isaiah Prater.
Davis Jr. pass intended for 17, Isaiah Prater, incomplete.
So to bring up fourth down now for the visitors.
Fourth down. Panther offense will stay on the field.
Davis looking at the sideline, signaling back and forth. With 11:56 to go here in the second quarter. Reese in motion now. 3 receivers on the right. Bad snap. Ball's on the ground, and Davis tries to flip it forward. Looking for the beanbag, or are they going to say it's incomplete? They're going to say Davis was down. That's what the referee's going to point him down. It'll be a sack for Spalding at the 43-yard line. So officially it'll be a loss. They will spot it. That's pretty close to the 44. So that's going to be a loss of 7 on the play. So a sack for Spalding stops the 4th down play, but the bad snap is what really sacked the play for the Panthers. Blake Washington looking to his sideline as they signal in the plays. Comes back to the shotgun now. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right here for the Cavaliers. Just underway second quarter. Draw play Sims. He runs it up the middle and goes to the 45. It'll be a gain of 2.
Up the middle for a gain of 1.
Now the head linesman backs up to the 44, so it'll be a gain of 1. Brings up second down and 9 for Spalding. And now we got players running all over the place for Imhotep. I think they had to call a timeout to avoid a 12-man penalty. And the Panthers do call the timeout here as they had a guy running off the field late to avoid what would have likely been a too-many-men on the field penalty, with Cavaliers leading it here by a count of 7-0. Second of 5 home games to be broadcast here from Whittles Field this year. Archbishop Spalding Cavaliers football. We'll be back for a couple of them for you. Tomorrow we will be in Annapolis as Navy will host Memphis at 3:30. We'll have the call for you on the Navy Radio Network tomorrow as the Mids and the Tigers both looking for better performances this week. Neither played to the standard that they've set over the previous seasons in the American Athletic Conference. Navy lost to Delaware 14-7. Tigers fell to Mississippi State big last week. Second down and 9 after the timeout. Malik Washington from the gun takes the snap, back to throw. Looking to his left. Fires on the out route in the pass, overthrown. Trying to get it here on the near side. Igwebe, the freshman. Incomplete. Good coverage on the play by Amir Valentine. Brings up third down and 9. Single receiver to the left, 3 to the right here in this setup for Washington. 11:24 to go in the second. Back to throw. Looking to load it up, throwing down the field, down the left sideline. The ball is caught, but I think it's out of bounds. Tremendous tracking of the ball by R.J. Newton, the junior wide receiver, but he was out of bounds on the catch. It'll bring up fourth down and another punt for Archbishop Spalding. Cooper Welch, the sophomore, will come out to punt it.
Coverage by 21, Corey Wright Downing. Fourth down.
Terrific job by Newton to track that ball, but it carried him out of bounds. And brings up the fourth down and long here for the Cavs. Takes the snap, no pressure. Gets it away, high. Turns over for him. Ball's going to deaden and come backwards a little bit. Cavaliers will down it. Damian Wilburn, the defensive lineman, getting down there on special teams. Good kick by Welch.
Inside the 20. Panthers take over from the 16.
.40-yard punt for Cooper Welch. Downs it inside the 20-yard line. That's picture-perfect special teams for Welch and Spalding. And the bad field position for Imhotep continues. They've just had nothing to start with. They've had to come out of a hole on every possession here so far in this game. Last time, they hit on a 40-yard pass to get him out of the bad field position. Davis throws far side, right Downing, trying to skip away from 2 guys, trying to get outside the numbers and does. Sidesteps a man up to the 20-yard line, across the 20. Looks like they'll spot him down near the 21-yard line. Gain of 5 on first down for the Panthers. from the far hash. Prater in motion. Wallace Coleman over on the left side, out across the 25-yard line, up near the 26. He'll be very close to the first down for the Panthers. Looks like they're going to spot him short, or at least bring in a measurement here. Lankowitz on the stop for the Cavaliers. And they will give him the first down. Let's give Wallace Coleman a gain of 5. It'll be a first down and 10 for Imhotep Charter. And the early movement, going to be false start on Imhotep. They had 2 offensive linemen moving there at the same time. And another penalty against the Panthers. Who had 13 in their state championship loss to Penn Trafford last year. Already their 5th penalty here in this contest. So the 5-yard walk-off makes it first down and 15 yards to go. Ball back to the 21-yard line. 7-0 Spalding, 9:54 to go here in quarter number 2. Trip receivers to the right, single receiver to the left, short side of the field. Davis takes the snap. Looks here to the near side, under pressure, looking to throw it in the area of Baji Reese. Right now, this Spalding defensive line is getting great pressure on Davis almost every time he goes back to throw. He literally has no time to get the ball away. And ever since they gave up 48 in their opener to Don Bosco, this Spalding defense has almost taken it personal since then. Last week against Broadneck, Cavaliers winning 38-3. And now the Pennsylvania 5A runners up, trying to get something going offensively. Empty backfield here, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Brings Wallace Coleman in motion. He'll give it to him, trying to get outside here on the right side. Spalding with good penetration, but look at Wallace Coleman accelerate, gets him across the 30, takes a big shot on the sideline. But Wallace Coleman's going to be up near the first down here. We'll see where they spot it. They're going to say stepped out just short of the 35-yard line.
Yards on the carry by number 1, Jabri Wallace Coleman.
So give Wallace Coleman
Take it down by number 2, Trent Gillis.
a gain of 13. It'll bring up third down and a long 2 coming up here. And you can see there the acceleration. Spalding has 3 guys there, but Wallace Coleman with that great acceleration able to turn up the sideline. Now you can understand why the SEC is looking for Jabri Wallace Coleman. Third down, long 2 coming up here. Full house backfield. Davis gives it to Ramir Stewart, and Stewart will have the first down. That time they used a full house backfield. They didn't even have Wallace Coleman in the game.
First down, Panthers.
And Ramir Stewart gets the gain of 3 in the first down. In fact, we'll give him 4 up to the 38. Second first down of the drive here as they overcome an early penalty on the drive. Wallace Coleman back in here. He'll line up to the left of Davis, the quarterback, with 8:25 to go. Clock moving, second quarter. They give it to Wallace Coleman, right side, submarined on the play, right at the line of scrimmage. Good job coming up to make the stop. Trent Gillis, the sophomore defensive back for the Cavaliers.
Down for no gain. Tackle by number 2, Trent Gillis.
Second down and 10. Ball at the 38-yard line. In fact, you could give him a loss of a yard back to the 37. Just a great play by Gillis coming up to submarine him on the play. Second down and 11. Davis out of the gun. Ramir Stewart, right side, takes a shot from P.J. Pokness. After a gain of 2 up to the 39. It'll bring up third down and 9 here for the Panthers. You got so much talent out here tonight between these two teams. I mean, this is big boy football
3rd and 8.
on the high school level. PJ hitting like his dad Jason out there. Of course, Jason's brother George, colleague of mine at Southern High, played basketball for the Bulldogs. Davis back to throw. Pressure coming. He's rolling out here the near side, and he's going to try and get rid of it as he's going down. Are they going to mark him down or are they going to mark it incomplete? What's it going to be? Davis, again, they're going to mark him down all the way back at the 26. Poor Michael Davis Jr. has been under siege in this game. I mean, every time he goes back to throw, it'll be a loss of 14 on the sack, all the way back to the 25-yard line. And now Davis, who got up slowly there, is going to have to go and punt now.
Tyler Brown back to return the punt.
4th and 23 coming up here for the Panthers. Low snap. Davis able to bobble it. Somehow got it away. That's a great play by Davis to get that punt away after the low snap, and it takes a Panthers bounce all the way down inside the 30. Keeps on going. Rolling. And the pigskin finally comes to rest all the way down at the 27-yard line.
Take over from their own 27.
That's a 48-yard punt by Davis after the terrible snap. And he punts his team out of trouble there. Spalding on the last drive that they had a bad snap on and a short punt. Took over at the 17, but that time Davis able to get that away. Tremendous athlete, doing a lot for this Panthers team. Now Spalding with 5:59 to go here in the second quarter, leading 7-0. Washington puts a man in motion, gives to Sims. And again, defensive line for Imhotep continues to play well against the run.
Taken down by 50,
Joseph Sonda, freshman defensive tackle, making the stop for Imhotep. Washington back to throw. 2nd and 10. Throws behind his intended receiver that time. Trying to hit Newton. Imhotep had pressure that time on Washington.
Pressure on the play by number 7, Samaj Bridgman.
So the incomplete pass stops the clock with 5:28 to go. Samaj Bridgman, the senior, all the pressure for the Panthers. Will bring up 3rd down and 10 now for Archbishop Spalding. Kaufman lines up in a slot to the right. Sims the setback to Washington's right. Malik back to throw. Looking to load it up, going down the right sideline. That pass going to be way too far. Intended for Moss on the play. And a quick possession for the Cavaliers will set up another punting situation. In a battle of these two heavyweights, punts continue to dominate this game here. And Imhotep's got to feel, quite frankly, great where they are right now, given the field position that they've had, the opportunity. Remember, Spalding, on its initial drive, got all the way down to the 19-yard line of Imhotep, couldn't punch it in. And this game's only 7-0, despite the incredibly poor field position Imhotep has basically played this entire game in. So Cooper Welch on to punt again. Good snap. No pressure again, gets the kick away. End over end, it's going to hit the ground and again goes sideways. Now it takes a Cavaliers bounce inside the 40. Got a flag down at the, in fact, 2 flags down at the 37-yard line way back here. We'll see what the officials have. There was a Imhotep player, Charles Belzer, laying on the ground there for the moment, the backup quarterback. 2 flags from the officials. We'll see if some sort of nefarious hit against Spalding against Belzer here, with 2 flags on the play. It's going to be holding against Imhotep. Sixth penalty of the game against Imhotep. Aaron Brown, Devin Johnson, Isaiah Byarms, Patrick Fisher, Michael Gandy, Kyshawn Hall, Ronnie Haney, Glenn Hutton, Lance Jenkins, Dana Keith, Devon Linder, Kenneth McCutcheon, the Imhotep staff, pleading their case over there on that far side. So it's 10 yards from the where the ball went dead. And Imhotep, even with the walk-off here, is going to have better field position than they've had. They have spent most of this half playing inside its own 20-yard line. Ball spots at the 24 for the Panthers with 5:08 to go. They have 2 timeouts remaining here in this first half. Davis comes on from the sideline with the play, brings it into the huddle for the Panthers. We break out now. And again, they're going to go full house backfield here. A little change of formation and plan. And it's Ramir Stewart running left. Power run game from Imhotep. That'll get it up to the 28-yard line. Gain of 4. It'll bring up second down at 6. So Ramir Stewart taking some of the workload here from Jabri Wallace-Coleman.
Gain of 4, taken down by 16.
Now we got a flag coming down here from the near sideline. This comes from the field judge on the near side. I believe it's going to be a sideline warning against Spalding.
Sideline warning against the Cavaliers.
That could be any number of things. Could be the players up in that white painted area along the sideline where the field judge can't really move freely back there, or could be the coaches with a little too much verbiage. Either way, that's a great thing to have to settle things down on the sideline. Second back through is Stewart on that left side. Gets it up to the 33-yard line. It'll bring up third down and 1. So third down and 1 play awaits here for Imhotep. Love the offset eye, old-time formation here from Imhotep. And again, it's Stewart running left. He'll have the first down across the 35-yard line and still not going down. Finally, momentum is stopped at the 37-yard line, but it'll be a gain of 3 and a first down for the Panthers. So Imhotep, realizing that Davis has not had any time to throw, they've completely changed offense here and gone with the offset eye. Full house backfield. And Spalding.
Flag on the play against the Panthers. Third and 6.
Imhotep whistled for a penalty.
Timeout, Cavaliers.
Nobody even really saw that. In fact, Kyle Schmidt substituted like they were going to go up against that offset eye, but the penalty changes things here as it backs them up. A 5-yard walk-off against the Panthers. 7th penalty of the half against Imhotep. So it negates the first down run by Stewart. And sets up instead a third down and 6 coming up. Back at the 28-yard line. So the officials have been active in this first half. And again, if you're somebody that's interested in officiating, this sport and all sports need you right now. A lot of high school games in Maryland right now being officiated by 4-man crews when they really need 6. So Davis back to their conventional formation out of the gun on third down and 6. Takes the snap, screens it out left side. Wallace-Coleman did a great job to sidestep one man. But Jaden Ships comes up to make the stop. It'll bring up fourth down and 3 now. And Davis will punt again. Davis has had punts of 30, 11, 31, and 48 in this game. Tyler Brown back for the Cavaliers, standing at his 38. Fourth down and 3 here. High snap. Davis gets it down. And another short kick. May have been tipped. Ball's going to roll out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. So with 3:04 to go in the second quarter, Cavaliers with 2 timeouts. A 29-yard punt for Davis. Lake Washington in the offense take over here. Good field position, and with 2 timeouts remaining. 4-man front for the Panthers. Washington out of the gun. Gives to Sims. Raheem trying that right side, and he's just been not able to get anything going. Good job of that interior line again for Imhotep. Nasir Mayo, senior defensive lineman that time, 54.
By number 24, Yasir Satterfield.
Nasir Satterfield also in on the stop. Brings up second down at 10. Washington claps the hands and takes the snap. Looking out here near side. Ooh, has his man rising up to make the catch, R.J. Newton.
Washington pass complete to R.J.
Tackle in
Newton.
the open field by Naeem Dantzler.
28, Alex Irvin.
So Dantzler with the good open field tackle there. It's a gain of 4 up to the 44 to bring up third down and 6. Igwebe in motion, and a flag is down here. It'll be a legal procedure against the Cavaliers.
Flag on the play.
So it'll bring up third down and 11. So the 5-yard walk-off against Spalding. Brings it back to the 39-yard line. Third down and 11 here on the near side. Twin receivers to each side. Single setback, Sims to his left. Washington back to throw. Has time, throws, and it's juggled and dropped. Got to the hands of Igwebe, but unable to pull it in. And the freshman,
Covered by number 21, Corey
Wright Downing right there, did get just in front of his vision there a little bit, but the ball, good throw by Washington. Put it right on his hands. Would have been close to a first down.
Corey Wright Downing
And
back to return.
Another punt coming up here for Cooper Welch. Again, no pressure. They've rushed just one man. Welch's punt. Wright Downing taking it to 27. Gets across the 35. Wright Downing trying to get outside the numbers on the left side and does. Runs into and delivers a nice blow over there on the play. Damian Wilburn on the stop. But Imhotep Charter finally with some great field position here. With a minute 28 to go in the half. Looks like they're going to spot it officially at the Spalding 49-yard line.
Panthers take over from the Cavaliers 49.
So minute 28 to go. See what the Panthers can do with it here. Davis out of the gun. 3 receivers to the right, single receiver to the left. Wallace Coleman the setback. Davis rolling here to the near side. Still rolling. Throws underneath. Juggling. Catch by Prater. Was he out of bounds? Yes. Prater able to bring it in, but he was bobbling it as he went into the painted area on the sideline and gets up a little gimpy there. Sophomore wide receiver hobbling back to the huddle there. Good concentration by Isaiah Prater. Just ran out of real estate here on the near side. Incomplete pass. Stops the clock with a minute 21. Second down at 10 from the Spalding 49. 7-0 Cavaliers. Davis takes the snap. Throws out here to Prater. And it's going to be ruled incomplete.
pass intended for Prater, incomplete.
Davis, again, has spent a good bit of time on this Whittlesfield turf. It's amazing. The first snap.
To go. Time to make some noise, Cavalier fans.
It's amazing here. The first snap came at the 49. It's now back at the 50. Pokeness pressures. Middle screen, Wallace Coleman. He's got it at the 45. Breaks out of a tackle, 40. Delivers a blow at the end of the run. First down for the Panthers. Down at the 37-yard line.
Number 1, Jabri Wallace Coleman. Gain of 11 and a first down.
So a gain of 13 on the play. Up to the 37. Davis on the keeper on the fake. Davis right side, runs out of a tackle, dives inside the 30, down to the 26-yard line. And a gain of 13 for the Imhotep quarterback.
Davis Jr. takes it himself for a gain of 10. First down, Panthers.
Clock moving with 51 seconds to go. Imhotep at the Spalding 26. First and 10 for the Panthers. Davis, Wallace Coleman plants the foot, starts left, now comes back right, inside the 25, down to the 23-yard line. It'll be a gain of 3, and Imhotep will call time with 34 seconds to go in the half. It'll bring up second down and 7, as the Panthers will go to the sideline here for the moment. See what Coach Johnson and the staff have here for the Panthers. We've seen multiple formations from them, but right now time is of the essence. So they really can't go back to that power offset I formation because time is now an issue. When they've tried to pass in this game, Spalding has had ample amounts of pressure on Davis. Panthers with 1 timeout remaining now. They'll face a second down and 7 at the Spalding 23-yard line. This one is advertised. 2 terrific defenses in this first half. You got to give the Imhotep defense a ton of credit here. They have been dealt some serious field position issues in this first half because of the lack of punch from the offense, because they've been in poor field position. They've kept them in the game. Davis rolling to his left here. Pressure comes, and he throws it away as he's being dragged down. It's going to be incomplete. Prater was in the area, so it's an incomplete pass. That'll bring up third down at 7. No intentional grounding on the play with 26 seconds remaining. And that was our point right there. Every time Davis has gone back to throw, someone in a red jersey has gotten to him at some point in the play. Wallace Coleman, the single set back to the left of Davis here. 3 receivers and a bunch formation on the right, single receiver left. Davis looks toward the bunch, throws, out route, and the ball is short. Try to hit Baji Reese here on the near side. Pass is incomplete, and it's fourth down and 7 with 22 seconds to go. 1 timeout remaining. Obviously, the Panthers will go for it in this field position. 23-yard line of the Cavaliers. 7-0 Spalding, 22 seconds remaining. And Imhotep's going to burn the timeout right now. Discuss what kind of play they want here. Now, probably is this next play, if it gets the first down, it's in bounds. That clock's going to keep on running. You're going to have to get everybody up to the ball and spike it if you want to at that point, because this is the final timeout. Tonight's game brought to you by our good friends at Shihui Toyota of Laurel. Appreciate all of our great sponsors that you can see cycling up in the right-hand portion of your screen, who allow us to be able to broadcast these games. See our good friends at Truist. Valley Lighting LLC. Appreciate their sponsorship of Archbishop Spalding football. Paul Garza and all of our great media crew from Pulse Real Media. Appreciate all of their hard work tonight. So we've got a great one here, and it's going to be a field goal attempt. Davis will be the holder. Kenny Wosley Jr. will try a 40-yard field goal. Davis gets the snap. Good snap. Ball's on the move, and it is no good. He hooked it to the left. Wosley got a good contact on that ball. That ball would have been more accurate. He got good contact off the foot. But the ball ends up wide. Spalding's lead here, 7-0. Looks like it's going to hold for the rest of this first half. And now we've got a flag down here from the field judge here on the backside of the play with 10 seconds remaining. Spalding was just downing the football. Back judge, illegal participation against Imhotep. So the 12th man penalty. Moves it up to the 35-yard line. Washington will stay in the gun here. We'll see what happens. 10 seconds remaining. Claps the hands. He'll look to throw. Gets it away. Looking for Igwebe. Pass is incomplete. Pressure provided on the play by Zahir Mathis. 6'6" sophomore for Imhotep. 6'6", 230-pounder. I mean, Zahir Mathis got 2 more years to grow. He's going to be already looks like a Division I athlete. Give that young man 2 more years to continue in the weight room and fill out. Going to be an absolute beast. He lines up at right defensive end, and Malik Washington decides better of it here. He'll take the knee, and that'll end the first half here in Millersville. 2 heavyweights, one from Maryland and one from Pennsylvania. Spalding leads it here at the half by a count of 7-0.
I think I immediately knew when I came for that open house 7th grade that like everything I had heard was true.
I didn't know what to expect because I'd never been to a Catholic school. I didn't know much about it.
It invited me into a lifetime of experiences that have been unforgettable.
The kids are passionate. You walk in, there's a little bit of electricity in the building. That's hard to describe. It's something that you feel.
I care about school now. I care about all of the people I'm surrounded with every day. I know that they care about me. And it's this sense of community that's enabled me to be able to push myself.
And grow through service. I feel like it made me a well-rounded human being.
I know that Spalding has everything here for all of my children, academically, emotionally, physically.
Whether it's clubs, whether it's sports, they're going to be leaders in and out of the classroom.
What I hope and pray is that at the end of your time at Spalding, you're going to remember how you felt, respected, included, and that you always felt one in Christ.
The opportunities afforded to these students just really speak to the success of this school. It's impressive.
It's more than just learning at school. Like, it's taught me how to treat people, how to grow in my faith, rather than just giving me an education and sending me off to college.
When you choose the Spalding experience, what you're getting is an environment that cares for the individual. This is a place where we welcome people home.
You're going to grow so much.
I know it may be nerve-wracking. The school is bigger than what you're probably used to.
This school, this community is truly like no other.
You will find innovation, a deepened faith life, family.
You're about to have a very crazy ride, but some of the best years of your life.
I still remember my first day.
We get to school, and my mom was like, don't be nervous. And I'm like, I'm not nervous. But I was freaking out.
I really had no clue what I was walking into.
Everything was unknown and uncertain.
What if I don't find my friend group? What clubs am I going to join? Did I bring my lunchbox? Each step that I took closer, I could feel my heart race, this mixture of anticipation and excitement, the fear of the unknown.
From the moment stepping on campus, I immediately knew everything I had heard was true.
I found what I was looking for.
A lifetime of experiences that have been unforgettable.
High school is where you figure out who you are. And Spalding cares about that.
Academics, activities, there's something here for everybody.
Whatever it is that you are looking for, we'll provide it for you.
The most challenging, relevant, cutting-edge programs, the International Baccalaureate Project lead the way.
You look at the students, they're leaders. They're challenging themselves academically and spiritually. And it starts in the classroom and then transitions directly onto the field.
The community here is one that genuinely cares about each other.
We celebrate together. We all feel the school spirit.
That we all come together on faith.
We are truly the embodiment of one in Christ.
The two questions that we answer with every decision that's made here: do we support the mission? Are we caring for our students? Yes, of course, calculus is important. Maybe you run a championship-winning team. But what I hope and pray is that our students remember how we made them feel, and that we made them feel respected, important, and that they very much felt a part and welcomed at Archbishop Spalding.
Take a deep breath. You're going to grow so much.
You're going to be prepared for success in college and in life.
You will find a deepened faith.
Become a leader.
You're going to be pushed more than you ever have been before.
It's going to be difficult.
And this community will help you
become the best version of yourself.
You're about to have some of the best days of your lives here.
And when you look back, you will realize you were always part of something bigger.
Getting out the car, walking to school, I was anxious, nervous.
It's a bigger school than I've ever been to. Didn't know any faces.
I remember sitting in that homeroom and feeling all of the nerves and the anticipation and excitement of what high school could bring. But I quickly found out that this was going to be not just my school, but my home.
Everybody had open arms.
There's a genuine love for one another.
Everybody knows everybody.
I care about all of the people I'm surrounded with every day.
When you choose Archbishop Spalding High School to be your home, you are getting a large school that feels like a small family.
You are never alone in this experience at all.
At the end of your time at Spalding, you're going to remember how Spalding lifted you up in the most positive way.
You're always going to feel that connection. You're going to want to come back home.
The Spalding community is definitely one that I would describe as united.
There's a genuine desire to serve, to exemplify Christ.
And we see that every day in this building, from something as small as a senior helping a freshman with their locker, a teacher comforting a student. We see it in the smallest and the largest acts of kindness.
I knew it would actually be my calling to strengthen the faith life of the students that were around me in the way that I had my faith life strengthened as a student here before.
There's a million different people, a million different backgrounds. People come from all over the world, but the fact that we can all come together on faith,
that's literally the embodiment of one body in Christ.
The growth of this school is unbelievable to me. The opportunities that are afforded to these students, it's impressive.
The nature of our size impacts the growth because of the options that our size enables us to offer our students. We're very deliberate about knowing emerging trends. We have so many different academic programs. We have so many different co-curricular programs.
If there is anything that is of interest to you, all you need to do is ask.
And it's great to see how the school and the athletic facilities have improved over the years.
When I have friends who are alumni reach out to me and I tell them that there's now an engineering building, it tells you the health of the school, which is embodied by the people who make it up. That's why it's been so successful. That's why there's so many opportunities at this school.
I think I immediately knew when I came for that open house 7th grade that everything I had heard was true.
I didn't know what to expect because I'd never been to a Catholic school. I didn't know much about it.
It invited me into a lifetime of experiences that have been unforgettable.
The kids are passionate. You walk in, there's a little bit of electricity in the building. That's hard to describe. It's something that you feel.
I care about school now. I care about all of the people I'm surrounded with every day. I know that they care about me. And it's this sense of community that's enabled me to be able to push myself.
And grow through service. I feel like it made me a well-rounded human being.
I know that Spalding has everything here for all of my children, academically, emotionally, physically.
Whether it's clubs, whether it's sports, they're going to be leaders in and out of the classroom.
What I hope and pray is that at the end of your time at Spalding, you're going to remember how you felt, respected, included, and that you always felt one in Christ.
The opportunities afforded to these students just really speak to the success of this school. It's impressive.
It's more than just learning at school. It's taught me how to treat people, how to grow in my faith, rather than just giving me an education and sending me off to college.
When you choose the Spalding experience, what you're getting is an environment that cares for the individual. This is a place where we welcome people home.
You're going to grow so much.
I know it may be nerve-wracking. This school is bigger than what you're probably used to.
This school, this community is truly like no other.
You will find innovation, a deepened faith life, family.
You're about to have a very crazy ride, but some of the best years of your life.
I still remember my first day.
We get to school, and my mom was like, "Don't be nervous," and I'm like, "I'm not nervous," but I was freaking out.
I really had no clue what I was walking into.
Everything was unknown and uncertain.
What if I don't find my friend group? What clubs am I gonna join? Did I bring my lunchbox?
Each step that I took closer, I could feel my heart race, this mixture of anticipation and excitement, the fear of the unknown.
From the moment stepping on campus, I immediately knew everything I had heard was true.
I found what I was looking for.
A lifetime of experiences that have been unforgettable.
High school is where you figure out who you are. And Spalding cares about that.
Academics, activities, there's something here for everybody.
Whatever it is that you are looking for, we'll provide it for you.
The most challenging, relevant, cutting-edge programs, the International Baccalaureate Project lead the way.
You look at the students, they're leaders. They're challenging themselves academically and spiritually. It starts in the classroom and then transitions directly onto the field.
The community here is one that genuinely cares about each other.
We celebrate together. We all feel the school spirit.
That we all come together on faith.
We are truly the embodiment of one in Christ.
The two questions that we answer with every decision that's made here. Do we support the mission? Are we caring for our students? Yes, of course, calculus is important. Maybe you run a championship-winning team. But what I hope and pray is that our students remember how we made them feel, and that we made them feel respected, important, and that they very much felt a part and welcomed at Archbishop Spalding.
Take a deep breath.
You're going to grow so much.
You're going to be prepared for success in college and in life.
You will find a deepened faith.
Become a leader.
You're going to be pushed more than you ever have been before.
It's going to be difficult.
And this community will help you become the best version of yourself.
You're about to have some of the best days of your lives here.
And when you look back, you will realize you were always part of something bigger.
Getting out the car, walking to school, I was anxious, nervous.
It's a bigger school than I've ever been to. Didn't know any faces.
I remember sitting in that homeroom and feeling all of the nerves and the anticipation and excitement of what high school could bring. But I quickly found out that this was going to be not just my school, but my home.
Everybody had open arms.
There's a genuine love for one another.
Everybody knows everybody.
I care about all of the people I'm surrounded with every day.
When you choose Archbishop Spalding High School to be your home, you're getting a large school that feels like a small family.
You are never alone in this experience at all.
At the end of your time at Spalding, you're going to remember how Spalding lifted you up in the most positive way.
You're always going to feel that connection. You're going to want to come back home.
The Spalding community is definitely one that I would describe as united.
There's a genuine desire to serve, to exemplify Christ.
And we see that every day in this building, from something as small as a senior helping a freshman with their locker, a teacher comforting a student. We see it in the smallest and the largest acts of kindness.
I knew it would actually be my calling to strengthen the faith life of the students that were around me in the way that I had my faith life strengthened as a student here before.
There's a million different people, a million different backgrounds. People come from all over the world, but the fact that we can all come together on faith,
that's literally the embodiment of one body in Christ.
The growth of this school is unbelievable to me. The opportunities that are afforded to these students, it's impressive.
The nature of our size impacts the growth because of the options that our size enables us to offer our students. We're very deliberate about knowing emerging trends. We have so many different academic programs. We have so many different co-curricular programs.
If there is anything that is of interest to you, all you need to do is ask.
And it's great to see how the school and the athletic facilities have improved over the years.
When I have friends who are alumni reach out to me and I tell them that there's now an engineering building, it tells you the health of the school, which is embodied by the people who make it up. That's why it's been so successful. That's why there's so many opportunities at this school.
I think I immediately knew when I came for that open house 7th grade that like everything I had heard was true.
I didn't know what to expect because I'd never been to a Catholic school. I didn't know much about it.
It invited me into a lifetime of experiences that have been unforgettable.
The kids are passionate. You walk in, there's a little bit of electricity in the building. That's hard to describe. It's something that you feel.
I care about school now. I care about all of the people I'm surrounded with every day. I know they care about me. And it's this sense of community that's enabled me to be able to push myself.
And grow through service. I feel like it made me a well-rounded human being.
I know that Spalding has everything here for all of my children, academically, emotionally, physically.
Whether it's clubs, whether it's sports, they're going to be leaders in and out of the classroom.
What I hope and pray is that at the end of your time at Spalding, you're going to remember how you felt, respected, included, and that you always felt one in Christ.
The opportunities afforded to these students just really speak to the success of this school. It's impressive.
It's more than just learning at school. Like, it's taught me how to treat people, how to grow in my faith, rather than just giving me an education and sending me off to college.
When you choose the Spalding experience, What you're getting is an environment that cares for the individual. This is a place where we welcome people home.
You're going to grow so much.
I know it may be nerve-wracking. This school is bigger than what you're probably used to.
This school, this community is truly like no other.
You will find innovation, a deepened faith life, family.
You're about to have a very crazy ride, but some of the best years of your life.
I still remember my first day.
We get to school, and my mom was like,
"Don't be nervous." And I'm like, "I'm not nervous." But I was freaking out.
I really had no clue what I was walking into.
Everything was unknown and uncertain.
what if I don't find my friend group? What clubs am I gonna join? Did I bring my lunchbox?
Each step that I took closer, I could feel my heart race, this mixture of anticipation and excitement, the fear of the unknown.
From the moment stepping on campus, I immediately knew everything I had heard was true.
I found what I was looking for.
A lifetime of experiences that have been unforgettable.
High school is where you figure out who you are. And Spalding cares about that.
Academics, activities, there's something here for everybody.
Whatever it is that you are looking for, we'll provide it for you.
The most challenging, relevant, cutting-edge programs, the International Baccalaureate Project leads the way.
You look at the students, they're leaders. They're challenging themselves academically and spiritually. And it starts in the classroom and then transitions directly onto the field.
The community here is one that genuinely cares about each other.
We celebrate together. We all feel the school spirit.
That we all come together on faith.
We are truly the embodiment of one in Christ.
The two questions that we answer with every decision that's made here: do we support the mission? Are we caring for our students? Yes, of course, calculus is important. Maybe you run a championship-winning team. But what I hope and pray is that our students remember how we made them feel, and that we made them feel respected, important, and that they very much felt a part and welcomed at Archbishop Spalding.
And welcome back to Millersville as we get set to start the second half. Cavaliers leading it by a count of 7-0. Only touchdown of the first half, a 1-yard run on 4th and goal by Malik Washington with 1:29 to go in the first quarter. Spalding's first possession after a 30-yard punt got as far as the 19-yard line of Imhotep. 34-yard pass from Malik Washington to Tyler Brown set that up, but the Cavaliers could advance no further. Imhotep spent the entire half in terrible field position into their final drive. They were able to get it down inside the Spalding 25-yard line. They tried a 40-yard field goal. It's wide left at the end of the half. But that was their best advancement of the half. Davis on a flare pass in the middle screen to Jabri Wallace-Coleman. Picked up 13, then Davis scrambled for 11. A 3-yard run by Wallace-Coleman, but a couple of incomplete passes, and the field goal try was wide left. Cavaliers won the toss. They deferred, so they'll receive here to start the second half. Tyler Brown standing at his 10-yard line, awaiting the kick. Great to have you with us tonight here watching two terrific football programs. Imhotep Charter, 5A Power in Philadelphia. Lost to Penn Trafford in overtime. Dramatic state championship game. Won its season opener up in Chambersburg in the Peach Bowl showcase against great program in Bishop McDevitt.
Over the Fellowship of Christian Athletes.
19-14. Last week, Spalding picked up its first win after losing to Don Bosco in the opener. They beat Broadneck 38-3. Broadneck tonight bounced back with a 35-0 win at South River. Around the state tonight, Calvert leading La Plata 41-7. Calvert with one of the state's top quarterbacks in Stevie Orsler. They lead La Plata 41-7 at the half in that game.
1-0.
So it looks like we're finally ready to go here to start the second half. Kenny Wosley, who nailed that ball pretty good trying the 40-yard field goal. He'll kick off here for the Panthers. Brown moving over to his right. One of the upbacks will take it right in front of him. Coming across the field, getting it out across the 25 up near the 30-yard line. And advancing to the 32-yard line. Good job there on the catch by James Spencer. The junior defensive back on special teams.
Cavaliers take over.
Gets it across the 30. Going to be at the 32-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers. Spalding offense. Running game has been non-existent against that great defensive line from Imhotep. See what happens here in the second half. Washington back to throw. Sets the screen far side. Gets it in the hands of Brown. He'll get across the 35-yard line.
Washington pass complete to number 3, Tyler Brown, for a gain of 5. Tackle by number 2, Kenny Wosley Jr.
Right on the 35-yard line. Be a gain of 3. It'll bring up 2nd down at 7. Wosley on the stop for the visitors. Sims on the inside across the 35 up near the 38-yard line.
Number 6, Hakeem Sims, keeps it for a gain of 4. Tackled by number 7, Samaj Bridgman.
So on 2nd down and 7, they carry to the 38. They throw the screen out to the near side here, and that's going nowhere. The up-tempo offense right now, Imhotep up at that line of scrimmage, aggressively playing.
Washington pass.
And this will be 4th down.
Tackled by number 19, Lamar Muldrow, short of the 1st down. 4th down.
It'll be a loss of a yard on the pass to Moss.
Number 8,
It'll
looking
bring
at
up
Stewart in to return the punt.
4th down. So Cooper Welch on to punt.
Number 65, Cooper Welch to punt.
Punters have dominated in this game. Raheem Stewart back for Imhotep. That ball is going to take a Spalding bounce. Stewart thought about coming over there, but wisely gets out of the way, and that's going to take a heck of a Cavalier roll all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Take over at the 15.
That's going to be a 47-yard punt for Cooper Welch with the roll. And again, the story for Imhotep tonight, this is it right here in a nutshell. Every possession, 5 of their 7 drives in the first half, they started inside the 20-yard line. And here they are again, starting at the 16. Davis from the spread. Wallace Coleman, the running back, to his right. Takes the handoff, looking to get outside left. Gets across the 15 up near the 19-yard line.
One, Jabri Wallace Coleman.
Give him 3. Bring up 2nd down at 7 from the 19-yard line.
Tackle by number 5.
9 carries, 34 yards now for Jabri Wallace Coleman. Shout out to the folks at PA Football News. Folks in Pennsylvania do a heck of a job covering high school football. We know what it means in that state. It's tremendous. A lot of their articles, reading in terms of preparation for this game. Wallace Coleman on the give right. He'll gain 1. That'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
Wallace Coleman up the middle, gain of 3. Tackled by 16, Keyshawn Flowers.
So 3rd down and 6 coming up here for the Panthers. They need the 26 for a 1st down. Davis out of the shotgun, empty backfield. When he's been in this formation tonight, they've been able to get to him. Throws quickly here. Nice job on the slant route to Prater. Prater with a catch across the 25. Gets up to the 28-yard line. And back up to the 27. Either way, it's a 1st down on the gain of 7 for the Panthers.
Taken down by number 1, Pokness. 1st down, Panthers.
P.J. Pokness on the stop. But a 1st down for Imhotep. On the fake, Davis will keep it. Sidesteps a man, trying to get outside. Plants the foot, but not able to elude. Good open field tackle there.
Davis Jr. keeps it for no gain.
Davis doing everything he could to try and get free, but Sean Johnson, the freshman, said no way. No gain on the play. It'll bring up second down and 10. 27-yard line for the Panthers. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right, empty backfield. They throw out here on the near side. Pass complete. 30 up to the 35-yard line, down near the 36-yard line. Pass complete to Asir Moore.
Pass complete to number 10, Asir Moore. Tackled by number 2, Trent Gillis.
Should be up on the 36. It'll bring up third down and 1.
Third down.
So the Imhotep adjustment here in his second half is to throw much shorter, developing routes so that pressure doesn't get there. Full house backfield. Raheem Stewart left side, and he's going to be short of the first down. Another terrific play on the defensive line by Damian Wilburn.
Tackled by number 16, Keyshawn Flowers.
Keyshawn Flowers as well, shooting through to make the play. It'll bring up a fourth down and 1. Imhotep's going to leave the offense out there with that full house backfield.
Offense stays on the field.
Full house backfield. Offset eye. Davis trying the quarterback sneak. Gets a push, and he should have the first down, and he will, up to the 38.
1 yard on the Davis Jr. carry.
So first down
Panthers.
for the Panthers. Clock moving here, 7:12 to go in this third quarter. Davis back to the spread with Wallace Coleman to his right. 3 receivers left, single receiver right. Claps the hands, takes the snap. Wallace Coleman in the backfield again. Great penetration by the Cavaliers. Damian Wilburn makes the stop. 3 red shirts are in the backfield, pretty much at the point of the handoff.
Damian Wilburn.
Loss of 2, second down and 12. Poknes comes on the blitz. They pick him up. Davis throws the pass behind the intended receiver.
Pass intended for number
Had his
6,
man.
Brown. Incomplete.
Now Brown was open. Pass behind him, though. And it'll bring up third down and 12. Wallace Coleman will come out here. Spread to the right. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. On third down and 12. 6.5 to go, third quarter. Davis throwing for Prater, and he threw it behind him. Pass incomplete.
Fourth down.
So a couple of first downs on the drive. Seven first downs in the game for Imhotep. Spalding with just a couple in this game.
Number 3, Tyler Brown. Back to
That offense has gone nowhere for Spalding since the touchdown drive. But remember, that possession started at the Imhotep 17-yard line. Davis taking a long time to get that punt away. Brown does a great job to come up and save potential field position there with a fair catch at his own 42-yard line. So it'll be first and 10 for Archbishop Spalding with 6:20 to go here in the third quarter. Spalding has not had a first down since they had the defensive holding call against Imhotep in the first quarter that set up that score. Washington out of the gun. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Sims the setback to his left. From the near hash mark, Washington looking right. Slant. Got his man Moss. He's into Imhotep territory. Inside the 45 and down to the 42-yard line. Make it the 41. Ramir Stewart on the stop. The first down for Spalding since the first quarter.
Ramir Stewart.
And the handoff. Sims, left side. He's up the middle 30. 25-20. He's at the 10. 5. Touchdown, Cavaliers. A running game that had been non-existent all night. And Hakeem Sims blasted off the left side for a 42-yard gain and a touchdown for the Cavaliers. So a 16-yard pass to Moss And then a 42-yard run by Sims, and the Cavaliers have a 2-score lead. The extra point is blocked. Good penetration by Kenny Wosley to block the extra point. And it's 13-0 Cavaliers now with 6:04 to go. So again, we told you, that was the first down for the Cavaliers since the first quarter. But the bigger thing is Sims in the run game, which had been non-existent all night. He goes 42 on the quick hitter off the left side for a Spalding touchdown. That changes things dramatically here in Millersville, where Imhotep, despite all the poor field position, was still only one play away from potentially getting even in this game, and the Cavaliers have now added a second score. 13-0 now Archbishop Spalding here in this contest. That second quarter, Spalding was 3 and out, 3 and out, and 3 and out. But that's the great thing about the incredible arm of Malik Washington and those receivers that he has. All they've got to do is hit on one play, and it can inject life. It's like getting an IV at the hospital when you're dehydrated. All of a sudden, one play, guys like Moss, Newton, Igwebe, all with the ability to do something big in the blink of an eye. Claiborne's kick. And again, another one. It's going to end somewhere down in Crofton. Makes life so much easier on your special teams when your kicker can do that at the high school level. That is a rarity. So Claiborne's kickoff, another touchback here. All three of his kickoffs in this game have been touchbacks. And the Imhotep offense, as a result, again, starts at its own 20-yard line. Last time, 10-play drive that started at its own 16. Went for naught. Ended in a punt. Davis back out. Wallace Coleman to his right. And the give to Wallace Coleman. He runs left. Gets across the 25-yard line. Delivers the blow at the end of the run. That's why that young fella is headed to the SEC. That body lean. It's he's really a great style of running. Delivers the blow at the end of the run.
Wallace Coleman for a gain of 8.
He'll gain 7 up to the 27. 2nd down and 3. And again, it's Wallace Coleman. And again, 3 Spalding players waiting for him at the point of attack. Tyler Brown, the defensive backup of the line of scrimmage, also in on the play as well. They'll give him 2 to the 29. It'll bring up 3rd down and 1 here. And it looks like Keyshawn Flowers may be cramping as he's grabbing that toe, as you do all the time.
Official timeout.
These early season games, you see a lot of cramping early in the campaign. No matter how many times you tell guys, drink water, drink Gatorade, stay hydrated out there. You're just expending so much energy, so many fluids. Early in the season, to your body can really, even though it's the 3rd game for Spalding, sometimes your body just doesn't acclimate as quickly. Game played with incredible intensity for a guy like Keyshawn Flowers at the linebacker. He's in on almost every play. And here with 5:07, he gets some attention as he sits down at the 30-yard line. Halftime, they recognized all of the champions from the previous season here at Archbishop Spalding. And, I mean, that thing took 15 minutes because of how many quality teams here. Certainly with the daughter that plays softball. That Spalding softball team, incredible. Terrific run in the MIAA. Out-of-conference win against Maryland 3A powered Northern as well, to their credit this past season. Baseball team, fantastic run. Now the defense trying to make a stop on 3rd down. Wallace Coleman left side, jumps through the hole, stays on his feet, 35-yard line, gets across the 35 to the 36. He'll have a gain of 7 and an Imhotep 1st down.
Wallace Coleman carries for a 1st down. Tackled by number 2, Trent Gillis.
Spotted on the 36-yard line. 4:54 to go here in the 3rd. Cavaliers leading 13-0. Malik Washington with a first quarter 1 yard run. Hakeem Sims with a 42-yard carry to pay dirt on the last drive for the Cavaliers. Davis gives right side. Raheem Stewart. Maybe a yard to the 37. It'll be a gain of 1. Second down and 9.
No gain on the play.
Wallace Coleman back in on this second down and 9 play from the 37-yard line. Right Downing in motion. Davis looking left side, got a man wide open. He had Wallace Coleman on the wheel route wide open. There wasn't a Cavalier anywhere near him, but the pass behind him. Well-designed play there by the Panthers, but the pass missing a wide open Jerry Wallace Coleman, who had no one near him. He would have been able to run from here to BWI. Third down and 9 now coming up for the Panthers. Clock stops with 4:10 to go here in this third quarter. Stack formation on the right side. The bunch here on the wide side of the field. Davis looking that way. Middle screen for right Downing. It's intercepted. Well-read play that time was Zion Loader. They were trying to set the middle screen for right Downing coming across. And the junior defensive lineman saw it all the way. Playing the linebacker spot in relief that time of Keyshawn Flowers, who was out. He made a heck of a play. Cavaliers in business, taking over at the 36-yard line, leading 13-0, 3:59 to go. It's Sims over on the right side. And he is into a brick wall of Panthers.
2 yards on the Sims carry.
Amari Hunter on the stop. 6'3", 185-pound. Safety up at the line of scrimmage here. Second down and 9 yards to go. Ball at the Imhotep 35. Malik Washington out of the shotgun. Claps the hands, takes the snap. Looking left, looking long. He's looking for Newton. Heading for the corner of the flag, and it's going to be incomplete. Fans want interference, but that's terrific coverage on the play.
Covered by number 20,
Naeem Dantzler on the stop. With Newton step for step on the play. Dantzler, just a sophomore. We've seen him make a couple of nice plays in this game. 6 foot, 170-pounder. 3:16 to go. Clock stop. 13-0 now. Spalding. Play action fake. Washington trying to lob it left side. Igwebe makes the catch. He'll get down to the 31-yard line. That'll be a gain of 4. It'll bring up fourth down. Got to believe the Cavaliers will go for this here. Now we get a flag as the Panthers jump off sides. This is going to put it close to the first down. Or check it, 25, make it to 26. Yeah, so it cuts the distance in half, rather. It was 4th and 9, and it will be a first down. After the gain of 4, it was 4th down and 5. So a big, big play there to give Spalding a first down without having to run a play. 1st and 10 now, 26-yard line. Washington on the keeper. Breaks out of one tackle, trying to make something out of this. Breaks out of another. Flag is down on the play, and Washington finally tackled for a loss by Kenny Wosley Jr., and we got a flag here as well. It's holding against the Cavaliers. Max Moss called for the holding call out on the perimeter. The question is, it's a loss of yardage, so will Imhotep take the down or take the penalty? As Moss was called for the hold. So they're going to take the yardage. Ball back to the 37, make it the 38-yard line. 1st and 22. Washington looking right, got Moss. Great form tackle right there at the 35-yard line.
Pass complete to number 8, Max Moss.
Zahir Mathis.
Number 19,
Lamar Muldrow out there on the far side. And Muldrow put on a tackling clinic there. It's a gain of 3 to the 35. 2nd down and 19. Washington takes the snap. Steps up in the pocket, looking for some yardage, and he's going to be sacked on the play.
On the Washington
in fact, they'll put it right back to the line of scrimmage. So to bring up 3rd and 19. Whittington leading 3 tacklers on the play there for Imhotep. So on 3rd and 19 from the 35, they needed the 16-yard line for a first down. 1:16 to go here in the third. Cavaliers 13-0. Washington looking to throw. Has pressure again. Rolling out to his right. Lobbing it up down the right side. Nobody home. It'll be incomplete.
Pass intended for Moss is incomplete. 4th down.
So to bring up 4th down and 19. So again, we talk about what happens when you get a penalty like that. Just throws you off track so significantly. Those yards are hard to get back
65,
in a football game of this caliber when you're talking about 2 incredible defenses with what we've seen from these 2 teams tonight.
21, Corey right downing, back to return.
So Welch going to try and pin him back deep here. Snap comes from the 35. Takes the snap. High soaring kick, turns over, and it's going to go in the end zone. So Imhotep will start at the 20-yard line. It's a good kick by Cooper Welch. One thing to say about the special teams here for Spalding, both in the place kicking, the field goal PAT, and the punt game. Claiborne and Cooper Welch solid in that category. Claiborne's kickoffs have all gone out of the end zone. Welch that time hit that ball too good. He was trying to pooch it up, but the ball turned over for him and went soaring into the end zone. So Imhotep from its own 20. 59 seconds to go here in the third. Wallace Coleman, the single setback to the left of Davis. Takes the snap. Davis looking here near side all the way. Looking for the right Downing. Right Downing's got it to 50. He's at the 40, 30, 25, 20. Right Downing to the 10, 5, touchdown. 80-yard strike. Davis to right Downing and Imhotep right back in the game on the 80-yard pass play for the touchdown.
Number 12, Macau Davis Jr. Pass complete to number 21, Corey Wright Downing. 80-yard completion for a touchdown.
And all night, Spalding had been able to get pressure on Davis, but no pressure that time. Ready to step into that football. And he hit Wright Downing in stride at the 50-yard line. Corey Wright Downing did the rest. An impressive run after the catch for the 5'9", 165-pound senior. Injured Spalding player back at the 20-yard line. They're attending to him right now before we have the PAT coming up here. That gets the Panthers right back into this game. Again, looks like a cramping situation here. Training staff pointing the toe, that leg up. Damian Wilburn, the defensive lineman, up and trying to hobble off here. And again, when you get that cramp in that lower leg, man, that calf tightens up. It feels like there's a softball inside your calf. Kenny Wosley on here for the extra point. Davis to hold the quarterback. The snapper is the center, Anthony Richardson. Davis looks back at Wosley. Good snap, ball down, kick is on the way. Kick is up, and the kick is good. And the Panthers on the board. 47 seconds to go here in the third. Spalding 13 and Imhotep 7. And again, that's that quick strike ability. And Corey Wright Downing in the open field, simply fantastic after the catch. So the Panthers now finally with some life, as they've been playing deep in their own territory this entire game. Get single coverage here on the outside, and Corey Wright Downing able to make the catch, but one of the few times tonight that Davis has been able to take the snap and actually step into a football and throw it, because the Spalding pass rush has been all over him almost every time he's taken a snap here tonight. So now we'll see if the Cavaliers have an answer. Tyler Brown standing back at his 10-yard line, awaiting this kickoff. Mosley ready to kick off. On the approach, kicks it away. Brown's going to pick it up far right side. Up to the 10, 15 outside the numbers, 20. Gets banged down on special teams far side. The Panthers with some life, feeling good about themselves.
Returns it to the 20.
Great hit on special teams that time. Had to follow him all the way over to the sideline. He's got a number that we don't have on our roster. Wearing number 40. They've only got two guys in the 40s on their roster, neither one wearing that number. So Malik Washington in the Spalding offense now with 41 seconds to go here in the third, trying to answer that 80-yard quick strike by Imhotep. Cavaliers leading 13-7, two receivers left, two to the right. Sims, the running back to give, is to Sims. Off the left side, up across the 20 to the 23. It'll be a gain of 3, second down at 7.
Hakeem Sims up the middle for a gain of 4. Tackled by 22, Raheem Reed.
Reed on the stop. Second down, 7 yards to go from the 23-yard line. Should be the final play, barring an incomplete pass of this third quarter. Look to the sideline. Sure if they actually have to run a play. The play clock should run out based on the amount of time there was at the end of that play, and it will. Through 3 quarters here in Millersville. Two powerhouses. Nothing decided as of yet. It's been a treat through 3 quarters. Final 12 minutes coming up. Spalding 13 and Imhotep 7. Back with the fourth quarter in a moment.
Hallmarks of a Spalding athlete. Are they able to compete at the highest level possible? Spalding is positioned very uniquely because they are in one of the best leagues in the state. When they're competing at a high level, that's big time.
It was always known as a great academic school, but we wanted to build a full-rounded school for student athletes. And we knew that they could get to where they're at today.
Since I've graduated from high school, I've watched the campus grow astronomically. Spalding, it laid a foundation for my understanding of teamwork, friendship, and things that were so much bigger than what happened on the basketball court.
They're challenging themselves academically and spiritually, and it transitions directly onto the field, where that consistency molds and shapes everybody that's involved.
Back here in Millersville, Whittles Field, fourth quarter action, 13-7. Cavaliers leading the Panthers. Imhotep Charter from Philadelphia. 5A power up there in one of the best states in this country for high school football, the state of Pennsylvania. Spalding, of course, from the MIAA conference. Second down and 7. Washington takes the snap. Looking behind, throws, has his man. No, it's going to be ruled incomplete just across the 25-yard line. Newton, the intended receiver. Bring up third down and 7. Stops the clock with 11:55 to go. Sims, the single setback to the left. Washington claps the hands, takes the snap on third and 7. Looks out here to the right, throws it down a little bit too low, intended for Moss. Would have been close to the first down had he caught it, but it's incomplete.
Coverage by number 2, Kenny Woolsey Jr.
That'll send it back over to the Panthers, who are brimming with confidence now after the 80-yard strike from Davis to Wright Downing. That just got them on the board moments ago. So Cooper Welch going to try and kick his team and flip the field here from left to right. High snap, Welch able to get it. Panthers only rush one guy, and he hits it off the side of his foot. Poorest punt of the night for Welch. And it's going to go out of bounds in Spalding territory. So the Panthers are going to start with excellent field position at the Spalding 47.
Panthers take over from Spalding.
24-yard punt.
Line.
One of the few times tonight that Imhotep has not been backed up inside its 20. We'll see what they do with it here with 11:41 to go in the fourth. Head linesman coming in from the sideline to talk to the referee. I think they're summoning the training staff from Spalding to head over to the far side to help with Imhotep. And that's exactly what they're going to do. They're getting on the golf cart and heading around to the other side to attend to one of the Imhotep players. So big spot here in this football game now. 11:41 to go with the fourth. Cavaliers clinging to a 13-7 lead. Panthers taking over at the Spalding 47. Davis takes the snap, gives it to Wallace Coleman, trying to get outside, and he's not going to be able to do it. Terrific open field tackle, Elijah Jones, the sophomore up there to stop him after a gain of 1.
Taken down by number 25, Elijah Jones.
Second down and 9 coming up from the 46-yard line. Davis takes the snap, looks near side, has the completion, trying to get outside the numbers and does, down the sideline. Finally pushed out of bounds down near the 30-yard line. The completion to Asir Moore.
Pass complete to number 10, Asir Moore.
Spotted on the 30. It'll be a gain of 16. And a first down for the Panthers at the Spalding 30-yard line. My man Big Ben, a freshman here at Spalding, riding shotgun tonight, got the hot dog with all kinds of ketchup on it as this game starts to get tight. First and 10 Panthers. Davis, Wallace Coleman. Cavaliers in the backfield led by P.J. Pokness. Got there first, and then with some assistance coming over the top that time by Gio Boone. Not before, though. Coleman able to get progress to the 26. It's a gain of 4. Or a loss of 1, rather. Excuse me. Back to the 31. We're looking at the wrong line. Second down and 11. And again, Pokness was in the backfield waiting for Moore right as he took the handoff. Davis takes the snap. Has time. Pumps. Now going to roll out here to his left. Throws out here to the near side and throws it over near the cheerleaders. It'll bring up third down and 11.
Pressure brought by number 45, Zion Louder.
Zion Louder, who had the interception earlier, providing the pressure that time as Davis went to throw finally. It'll bring up third down and 11 from the 31-yard line. 13-7 Spalding with 10:16 to go here in the fourth. Wallace Coleman, the single setback to the right of the quarterback Davis. On 3rd and 11. Going to roll to his right. Pump and go to right Downing. It's not there. Davis still trying to make something happen. Pressure comes. Oh, he ducks under two guys. Right. Davis puts it down to the 25. Great pump fake to get two defenders to leave their feet. He'll gain 6, but it'll bring up 4th and 5.
Davis Jr. takes it himself for a gain of 4.
So it'll bring up a 4th down and 5 now.
Down by number 25, Elijah Jones.
For the Panthers with 9:46 to go. Clock on the move here in Millersville.
Stay on the field.
They need
4th and 5.
just, looks like the chain is just short of the 20-yard line. Wallace Coleman, the deep setback behind Davis. They'll play action fake to him. Davis looking to throw, out route, and it's incomplete. Off the hands of Asir Moore. The coverage provided on the play by Sean Johnson, the freshman, right there. And the pass incomplete. And the Spalding defense comes up with a big stop after the poor punt. And the Cavaliers take over. So it'll be a 1st and 10 for Spalding at their own 25-yard line with 9:27 remaining. Cavaliers tighten up the formation here. They'll give it to Sims, looking for yardage. It's been tough for him all night with the exception of the 42-yard touchdown run. Stays on his feet here. Across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Panthers say they have the football, but the referees are saying progress was stopped.
Rolled down after a 2-yard carry.
He'll get to the 26. Gain of 1. 2nd out and 9, 26-yard line. 9 minutes to go, 13-7. And now a flag is thrown on the far side. I believe it's going to be a sideline warning on Imhotep.
Sideline warning against Imhotep.
So both teams have now been hit with a sideline warning in the game. And again, it's just like with the warning they've put in National High School Federation in basketball before you assess a technical foul. It's another great tool for the officials to calm things down a little bit without a significant penalty being assessed to either side. Usually once you do that, everybody tends to calm down a little bit. Clock on the move now. 8:45 to go. 13-7 Spalding. 2nd down and 9. Washington from the shotgun. Gives it to Sims. Hakeem up the middle. Down to the 28. Every time Imhotep trying to strip that football away. Sims holding on to it with everything he has. 3rd down and 7 coming up from the 28. David Johnson, Raheem Reed in on the stop. Over Jashir Whittington. These guys have had a fantastic night for the Panthers defensively. And again, Cavaliers will tighten up the formation here. 3rd down, 7 yards to go. As we count down to the 8-minute mark, Washington will throw. Slant route, Moss off his fingertips. Oh, Malik Washington with a heck of a throw there, right on the hands of Moss, but he dropped the ball. Would have been a 1st down. Stops the clock with 8:02 to go.
4th down.
I mean, Malik Washington made a money throw right there, and unfortunately Moss unable to bring it in. So now another punting situation for Cooper Welch. Spalding special teams. Just a 24-yard punt last time. Had a 47-yarder earlier in the game. Plenty of time to get this away, and that's a beauty. Doesn't quite turn over, but it's going to get a bounce. And Spalding will down it right there at the 31-yard line.
Panthers will take over from their own 31-yard line.
41-yard punt by Cooper Welch. So the Panthers from Pennsylvania ready to take over its own 31-yard line. We have 7:53 to go. Both teams with all 3 timeouts remaining. Panthers defense dominated in their season opening win over Bishop McDevitt. They've been fantastic here tonight. Cavaliers defense much better last week against Broadneck. Broadneck turned around and beat South River tonight 35-0. So it gives you an idea of how good the Spalding defensive effort was last week after giving up the 48 to Don Bosco in the first game. Davis gives it to his money man. Wallace Coleman right side. Dives over a man at the 35. Lunges forward up to the 38-yard line.
Coleman picks it up the right side for a gain of 8.
Give him 7 yards on the play. It'll be
Tackled by
second
number
down and
7,
3.
Jaden Ship.
Ship on the stop. From the right hash mark, Raheem Stewart comes in to give Wallace Coleman a blow. Stewart over the left side. Going to be very close to the first down, and it looks like he's going to have it. They'll give him progress to the 42. Gain of 4 for Raheem Stewart, and a first down.
Carry. Stopped by number 68, Braden Morocco. First down, Panthers.
TJ Moultrie comes in, the freshman defensive back for the Cavaliers here. He'll play at safety. 7 minutes to go. First and 10 from its own 42. Imhotep. Play action to Stewart. Got a man wide open. It's a Moore, and a Moore is going to go for a touchdown. Davis put it right on the money. 58 yards and another big pass play for the Panthers. And they're an extra point away from going on top here in Millersville. So Davis hit right Dowling with 59 seconds to go in the third quarter from 80. And now he hits a wide open Asir Moore, who does the rest. And now it'll be Wosley on for the extra point with 6:49 to go.
Wosley Jr. in to attempt the extra point.
Davis will hold. Richardson to snap. And we've got movement. And we'll end up doing it again. It's going to cost Imhotep 5 yards. Wosley certainly has strong enough leg to encounter 5 yards here. We've seen plenty of leg from Kenny here tonight, so that's not going to be an issue. Question is, will there be penetration? 6:49 to go. 13 all. Extra point here. Richardson snaps. Davis puts it down. Kick is on the way, and he hooked it wide left. Plenty of leg, but wide left, and we're tied at 13 with 6:49 to go here in the fourth quarter. So with 6:49 to go, a 13-13 tie after the Davis to Asir Moore touchdown. Now the volley back to the Spalding offense. Had an opportunity on third down. Washington put it on the hands of Moss, didn't pull it in, would have extended that drive. And now in a tie game, Cavaliers got to get something going here. Wosley gets the tee thrown out there to him. Again, this is why if you're a kid in this Maryland area, you come to Archbishop Spalding. You want to play in games like this against great competition. Playing a Pennsylvania 5A powerhouse here in Imhotep Charter from the Philadelphia area. Of course, tomorrow here in the area, it's the opening day of AAYFA youth football action. Many of these Spalding players, AAYFA graduates. Shout out to all of our volunteers who coach, team mom, all those teams around Anne Arundel County. And our good friends Brian Aiken and them over in Queen Anne's County who come to play where there's great competition. The AAYFA. Wosley to kick off. On the approach, the right foot into the ball. Brown comes up to take it at the 14. He's at the 30. Bangs into a man. Runs through the tackle up across the 35. Spalding will have good field position here, starting at the 37-yard line. Tyler Brown with the excellent return.
Takes it out to the 38.
So with 6:43 to go here in the fourth quarter and a 13-13 tie. 37-yard line for the Cavaliers. Lake Washington in the offense down. What do they have in store here? Scrimmage from the right hash mark. Hakeem Sims, the single set back to his left. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Kaufman on the near side in a little bit of a slot formation. And now Imhotep calls timeout. So they were having trouble getting personnel on the field, and the Panthers have to burn a timeout here with 6:43 to go. And these are the types of timeouts in a close game you hate having to burn, because you never know when you may need them when you get it back on offense. Spalding's touchdown in the second half on the second drive, a 42-yard run by Hakeem Sims. Otherwise, the Spalding running game's been held in check. Terrific, stout defensive line for the Imhotep Charter team. Jameer Whittington, Zahir Mathis, David Johnson. They've been terrific up there all night. 6:43 to go. Washington takes the snap, gives it to Sims, and he runs right into the middle of that line and goes nowhere. The aforementioned Jameer Whittington sitting at the bottom of the pile, 6'2", 280-pounder. Hard to move in that middle there for the Imhotep defense. Gain of 2 to the 39, 2nd and 8. Washington takes the snap, throws it out, has his man Moss. He's at the 45, breaks out of a tackle, gets across the 45, down to the 43, Newton on the catch. The junior wide receiver with a big play for the Cavaliers, down to the 43 and a first down. Gain of 18. Sims off the right side, and that hole closes quickly. Samaj Bridgman, the middle linebacker, 6'2", 230-pounder, steps up into the hole. Gain of 2 to the 41, 2nd and 8. That play looked like it had some potential on the ground. All of a sudden, Bridgman comes through out of nowhere, delivers a great form tackle. 2nd down and 8. Cavaliers at the Imhotep 41. 5.5 to go, tied at 13. Washington puts Kaufman in motion right to left. Takes the snap. Looks right. Throws for Moss. Off his fingertips again.
Pass intended for Moss. Incomplete.
2nd down and 10.
Coverage by number 2, Kenny Mosley Jr. 3rd down.
3rd down and 8 coming up now. Signaling into play. Malik Washington has it. Sims comes back to join him. 3rd down and 8. The ball at the Imhotep 41. 3 receivers to the right, single receiver to the left. Sims, the running back, to the left of Washington. He'll take the snap. Looking left, throwing long, has his man, but he threw it too far. Newton had beaten the initial coverage. Safety coming over late, but the ball thrown way too far by Washington. And it brings up 4th down and 8.
4th down.
Looks like Coach Schmidt's going to leave the offense out there. Or no, they're going to punt now. They're going to change their mind. See if they can pin Imhotep back here. Punting with 5:15 to go. Cavaliers with all 3 timeouts remaining. Panthers have 2. That's one of those plays that when Washington goes back and sees that on film, Newton initially beat the corner. But the ball was too far. Welch takes the snap. No pressure. Gets the kick away. That ball's going to hit. It's going to bounce backwards, though. And Spalding finally runs up to down the ball. Good recognition there by James Spencer to see that ball was coming back this direction. 18-yard line for Imhotep.
Panthers will take over from the 18.
5:07 to go. Davis has been fantastic in the second half. The difference is he's had time to throw. Spalding ate him alive with the pass rush of the first half, but Davis has had time to deliver those 2 strikes. Corey Wright Downing and Nasir Moore, 1 for 80 and 1 for 58 for second half touchdowns for Imhotep, who trailed 13-0. Take over here at their 18. This is pretty much where they spent their entire first half. scrimmaging from inside their own 20-yard line. Jabri Wallace-Coleman, the single set back to the right of Davis. Claps his hands, takes the snap, gives it to his money man up the middle. Wallace-Coleman out across the 20, up to the 22. He'll gain 4. Going to bring up 2nd and 6.
Tackle on the play by number 24, Keon Flowers, and number 1, P.J. Pokness.
Keon Flowers and P.J. Pokness on the stop for the Cavaliers, but not before Wallace-Coleman got 4. 2nd and 6 now, 4:40 to go, clock on the move. Wallace-Coleman standing to the right of Davis, who gets the play from the sideline. Takes the snap. He's going to roll to his right. Davis will get a throw. Outside the numbers. Corey Wright Downing with a tremendous catch on the far side. Up at the 32-yard line. First down for the Panthers.
Number 21, Corey Wright
On a gain of 10.
Forced out of bounds by number 7, Jake Ship. First down, Panthers.
Call it the 31. It'll be a gain of 9 officially, but 1st and 10 for Imhotep at the 31. Another great grab by Corey Wright Downing. Fantastic looking senior receiver. On the right side, Wallace-Coleman spins out of the first tackle, but not the pursuit. They blow it dead. Pretty much right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss of a yard back to the 30. -1. 2nd down and 11 from the 30. .350 to go. Clock on the move. Panthers with 2 timeouts. Tied at 13. 2nd and 11. Play action fake to Wallace-Coleman. Davis eludes the pass rush. Rolls out to his right. Wants to throw it down the field and does, but he throws it away. And we got a flag down at the 37-yard line. I think we're going to have an illegal man downfield against Imhotep.
Flag on the play.
Masir Mayo, one of the offensive linemen, was all the way down at the 37-yard line. That's outside the 3-yard box for an offensive lineman on a pass play. So this is going to either make it 3rd and 11. See if Spalding takes the yards or takes the down. They're going to decline it, I think. Yeah, they're going to decline it. It's going to make it 3rd and 11. Third down, 11 yards to go. Clock stopped with 3:36 to go. The ball at the 30-yard line for the Panthers. Play action, fake to Wright Downing. Davis looking long, got a man. Wallace-Coleman on the wheel route. He's got it at the 40, 35-30, and run out of bounds at the 20. They had that route wide open in the first half and missed it, and they didn't miss it that time. Davis with a strike to Jabri Wallace-Coleman, and he was wide open again. Run out of bounds at the 20-yard line. A gain of 50 on the play. Another huge pass play in this second half for Imhotep. 1st and 10 at the Spalding 20 with 3:27 to go. Second time tonight they've run that play. The first time he was wide open, Davis just missed him. Now the Panthers running personnel in and out. They're going to end up having to burn another timeout with the clock stopped here, and there it is. Twice now in this fourth quarter they've had to call a timeout with the clock stopped. Leaves them with 1. But right now, field position on their side. They're at the Spalding 20 with a first down, and in this case, if you're Coach Johnson, you call the timeout, and because you've got great field position, you don't want to give it away here with 3:27 to go. Leaves them with 1 timeout now. Air game, which was almost non-existent in the first half because of the Spalding pass rush. Second half, though, Davis has hit Wright Downing for 80. Asir Moore for 16. Asir Moore for 58. And that time on the wheel route, he found his running back, Jabri Wallace-Coleman, for 50. 1st and 10, Panthers now at the 20-yard line. Got to give Davis a lot of credit. He has taken some hits tonight, and he has just kept on ticking. Takes the snap, gives it to Wallace-Coleman, and P.J. Pokeness rides him down from behind for a tackle for a loss. Back to the 24-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4. And where Spalding has not allowed Wallace-Coleman to be any factor in the run game tonight, they have keyed on him aggressively, and he has not done much after running for 136 in the opener against Bishop McDevitt, including an 82-yard run. But he was effective in the pass game there a moment ago with a big reception. Loss of 4, 2nd down, 14, 2:50 to go, clock moving. Wallace-Coleman to the left, takes the handoff, running right, and again, stiff arms a man, runs out of a tackle, stays on his feet, jumps over a man. Jabri Wallace-Coleman trying to break out of another tackle. Finally, gang tackle down at the 9-yard line. Oh, what a terrific run from Jabri Wallace-Coleman. Looked like Spalding twice was going to have him for a short gain. And the young fellow just kept running, leaping over tacklers.
Taken down by 68.
Taking it down to the 9. 1st and goal now for Imhotep.
First down, Panthers.
Now you know why he's an SEC recruit. Plays like that. Great intensity from the young fellow. Just a sophomore. Raheem Stewart back in as they go to the full house backfield now. 1st and goal from the 9. 2:38 remaining. Ball's down on the ground. Davis had a chance to get it, and he hauls it back in.
Fumble on the play, recovered by Davis Jr.
And again, difference there. Davis been taking snaps out of the gun most of the night. Went up under center that time. Ball ends up on the ground with 2:22 to go. Clock moving. He's over at the sideline getting the play. Loss of 3 back to the 12. 2nd and goal from the 12-yard line. Spalding fans trying to make noise to inspire the defense here. Stewart, left side. Tackle on the play. Keon Flowers. We got 2 guys going down on the far side. David Johnson.
Tackle by 16.
Getting mixed up there with Jaden Ships.
Gain of 2 on the carry.
And an injury for Imhotep with 1:48 to go. Panthers have 1 timeout. Spalding has 3 remaining in the contest. But now a 3rd and goal coming up for Imhotep from the 10-yard line. And again, it looks like a cramp here. See them rubbing on the calf. Again, as we talked about that calf, man, when it starts to cramp up, that knot you feel there, very uncomfortable. And it's Raheem Stewart, who's up on his feet. It's a nice hand from the appreciative crowd here. This game is delivered as we expected it would be. Maryland versus Pennsylvania, 2 great programs. Neither has to take this game on the schedule. Either team can be playing anybody tonight. Great interstate matchup here. 3rd down and goal coming up for the Panthers. And now Spalding will call timeout. Cavaliers burn a timeout here with a 3rd and goal coming up from the 10.
Timeout, Cavaliers. Their first charge timeout.
So the question is, you got to figure Wright Downing, Asir Moore, Jabri Wallace-Coleman in the middle of the action. Remember, they've also tried to hit Isaiah Prater on some slant routes. Intermediate here. He has a catch for 7 yards here in the second half as well. Last week, Hennigan, the tight end, caught an 11-yard pass for a touchdown. Now,
Third down. Let's make some noise.
Raheem Stewart is back in, it looks like, as the running back after going out a moment ago. Offset eye and a play action fake and a flag down. Offside on Spalding. That changes things dramatically now. Instead of 3rd and goal from the 10, comes 3rd and goal from the 5. So while the Panthers have been heavily penalized in this game tonight, it's a Spalding miscue here on the offside that's going to give them 5 free yards at the worst possible time. 3rd and goal with 1:46 to go. Now at the 5-yard line, though. Stewart, the tailback of this offset eye. Play action fake. Davis looking to throw, and it's intercepted! Intercepted by the Spalding defense. Braden Morocco.
Intercepted on the play by number 68.
Pressure immediately on the play. Davis had a man in his face. And Braden Morocco with a terrific interception. What a great play there by the Spalding defense. And again, it's the pressure that caused the issue. Davis had no choice but to try and get rid of that football, and Morocco made a terrific play. First down Spalding now, with 2 timeouts remaining from its own 5 with 1:40 to go. Malik Washington takes the snap. It's a handoff to Sims. Out across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Gain of 6 for Hakeem on first down.
Tackle by number 12, Macau Davis Jr.
Second down and 4 from the 11. Sims, same play. Trying to break out of a tackle. He's got the first down out across the 15 to the 17 on a gain of 6.
Sims tackled by 42.
Minute 8 to go. Spalding with 2 timeouts remaining. Tight formation. Washington will throw. Fakes, pump and go. Looking for his man. Got it. Caught. Breaks out of a tackle. 50, 35, 40, 30, 20. Touchdown Spalding. Max Moss. Flags down. We'll see if it's interference or something different. Moss with a tremendous catch. He had dropped 2 earlier in the game. And has he just added an 83-yarder for a touchdown? Yes! It's a holding on the defense. Touchdown! Max Moss totally redeems himself. Malik Washington to Max Moss for 83. And a Cavaliers touchdown with 51 seconds to go. Man, you want big plays in this football game from great athletes, you got it here tonight. Well worth the money spent to get in here tonight. Extra point on the way. Kick up, and the kick is good. The volley back to Imhotep now with 51 seconds to go and 1 timeout remaining. You know, sometimes the marquee doesn't deliver. The marquee has more than delivered in this game tonight. You knew when you saw this game on the schedule, it had the potential to be spectacular, and it's delivered here tonight. Now for the Panthers. Davis has been on fire here in the second half with big plays. Does he have another one in him here? The junior quarterback who spent most of the first half running for his life back there. Second half, he's been brilliant. Leading his team from a 13-0 deficit. Got it tied at 13, but now Malik Washington, his sophomore adversary on the other side, with a big play to Max Moss, the senior wide receiver. Two very talented players, though, in the back. Reese and Wright Downing awaiting the kick. Claiborne's kickoffs have gone out of the end zone all night. We'll see what he does here. Booms this one. And that's going to be in the end zone, too. So it'll be Imhotep ball, 20-yard line, one timeout, 51 seconds to go. Now, if you're Spalding, you better be waiting for that wheel route again to Wallace Coleman. You know you're going to see it at some point. They haven't covered it either time tonight. We saw Sear Moore with great speed in the open field. Wright Downing do the same thing. Davis has thrown for over 200 yards here in the second half. Wallace Coleman is running back, stands beside him. 51 seconds to go. Davis takes the snap, looks to throw, tucks it down, runs toward the line of scrimmage. He's got to run it now. He'll go out of bounds. Gets what he can, got 5. That'll bring up second down and 5.
For a gain of 5. Forced out of bounds by number 2, Trent Gillis.
Second down. Clock stops as he runs out of bounds with 46 seconds to go. Davis claps the hands and takes the snap. Looking right. Throwing. Got a man down the seam. It was upstairs for Reese. And that's going to be a flag on Spalding for a late hit.
Pass intended for number 13, Baji Reese. Incomplete. Flag on the play.
Reese, a defenseless player in that situation. Sear Moore lucky he didn't get a flag there, though, as he started jawing with one of the Spalding players. So this will be a 15-yard flag against Spalding for hitting the defenseless receiver.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Cavaliers.
So that should put the football up at the 40-yard line now. Line of scrimmage was the 25. So 15 yards and a first down for the Panthers with 40 seconds remaining. And by rule, a good call by the official there. Reese was a defenseless receiver up in the air at that point. Ball had been long past him. First and 10 now, 40 seconds remaining and one timeout for Imhotep at its own 40. 20-13, Spalding on top. Davis looking right, throws deep route over on the sideline to Wright Downing, who's run out of bounds on the far side by Jaden Ships.
Davis Jr. pass complete. Number 21, Corey Wright Downing. Pushed out of bounds by number 7, Jaden Ships.
Gain of 7 to the 47, second down and 3. Wallace Coleman on the handoff. Knocked down at midfield, but he should have the first down and does on the gain of 3.
3-yard gain on the wall. Coleman carry. Taken down by 54, Ty McVicker.
Chains trying to get in place. 27 seconds to go. Davis throws, out route, caught. Far side. Sear Moore on the catch. Gets it down to Spalding, 43.
Gain of 8.
Second down and 3 from the 43-yard line. 22 seconds to go. Davis takes the snap. Throws the out route again. Caught by Sear Moore. Knocked out of bounds by Ships again. But he's able to get the first down, and Imhotep has still not had to use that timeout yet. Ball's at the 35 on the gain of 8. First and 10. 17 seconds to go. 3 receivers to the left. Prater, Reese, and Wright Downing. Davis throwing that way for Wright Downing. Doesn't get a block. Spalding brings him down at the 36. It's a loss of a yard, and Imhotep's got to call the timeout right there with 9 seconds remaining.
Tackle by 21, Sean Johnson.
Not
Third
the
final timeout taken by Imhotep.
when you've only got one lead blocker on the play there, that's a really low percentage play with this amount of time remaining, and Imhotep is forced to use the timeout. Final one for them. 9 seconds remaining, scrimmaging from the 36-yard line. Time and score are a factor there. A sideways pass at that point is probably not the best option. It's got to go downfield. Because now if you complete something in bounds, you may not have time to snap it again. Empty backfield. Wallace Coleman and a slot to the left. 3 receivers to the right. 9 seconds to go, and what's been a great game here tonight. Davis throws, overthrows Wallace Coleman. He was open down the seam. 6 seconds remaining.
Pass intended for Wallace Coleman, incomplete.
Jabri Wallace Coleman was open going down the seam that time, but the pass too high for the talented sophomore running back. Perhaps the final play on this Friday night here in Millersville. Sensational football game. 2 incredible football teams, well-coached football teams, well-prepared. You understand why both programs have such great success. Here we go. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Davis going to lob it up down the left side, looking for a Sear Moore, and it's going to be incomplete, and that will do it here in Millersville tonight. The Cavaliers on the 83-yard touchdown pass from Malik Washington to Max Moss outlast an incredible Imhotep Charter team here tonight in a great football game. Final score, Spalding 20 and Imhotep 13. An amazing second half. Davis throwing the ball for Imhotep. And yet, after a real struggle offensively, it was the sophomore quarterback, Malik Washington, delivering to his senior wide receiver, Max Moss, who on 2 previous possessions had balls off his fingertips and dropped. Moss totally redeeming himself, catching a great pass, contested catch in the air, broke the tackle, and went the remaining 50 yards for the game-winning score. For all of our cast and crew here tonight in Millersville, it was a great one, and we're glad we were able to bring it to you. Final score, Spalding 20 and Imhotep 13. There you take a look at some of the upcoming games that we'll be able to bring you here. Thanks to all of our cast and crew, directed by producer-director Paul Garza, all of our great camera work here tonight. David Cavanaugh, our assistant director in graphics. Appreciate all of you here for watching tonight. It delivered everything we expected it to. Final score, Archbishop Spalding 20, Imhotep 13. Good night from Millersville.